Bronto is today's MVP. Hello everyone, hello. Welcome back to the stream. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's had a good week. I know that I did, even though like yesterday and today I've just been feeling off. I don't know what it is, but other than that, I mean, you know, good things happen. I was very happy with the release of the video. That was kind of the biggest thing that happened to me in a little bit. Oh, I need to change today's first. Give me one moment here as I put Pronto as our first today. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're doing well, Pronto. Hope everything's been Gucci. What's this? Oh yeah. Flair, welcome in, Flair. How are you doing? How's your week been? Hopefully you had a good Friday. A good, relaxing Friday. Hopefully one not full of work, not full of pain, like it is for a lot of people. Actually, a lot of people like Fridays. Yeah, hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We're gonna continue with Ocarina. Keep going with that Ocarina. Today started off bad, but ended up pretty good. That's good. That's good. I feel like it's worse if it's the other way around. It's better sometimes to have a tough beginning and have it smooth out throughout the day. Kind of the same today. Like this entire morning up until like mid-afternoon, honestly, I was just feeling like trash. I don't know why. Kind of like how I was kind of feeling weird yesterday, and then it started to get a little bit better. So I'm doing a lot better now too, but yeah, most of the morning was really weird. Yeah, well, without any further ado, I think we can just start off the game here, because I'm pretty excited. Oh yeah, we finished getting all of the gems of the things, so I'm pretty excited to see where it takes us. where it takes us next. Today I'm prepared. I am hoping that everything is gonna work smoothly today. Have you still been playing along, Flair? Or have you just gone ahead alone? Because I feel like, especially with restarts and stuff like that, we've been doing it pretty slowly. This has been a pretty... I'm more interested in the story and talking to everyone and like checking every corner than honestly, you know, just kind of getting through the game. Which, I mean, it's what I like to do in most games anyway. I try to explore the story, see what everybody's got to say. I might actually switch the trigger buttons to, sorry, the shoulder buttons to the trigger buttons, because honestly, that's a lot more comfortable. The trigger buttons are so much better. My shoulder buttons are kind of going, so it's not, they're not the best controls. I'm going to switch it to, I'm going to do this, this. There you go. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, okay, this should be a lot better. Yeah, this feels good. Oh, link hair, that's right. Hoot. How are you doing, Artem? Did you have a good week? Has everything been going smoothly with you? I hope it's been a good one. It was a week. Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, I hope. Is the game too loud, by the way? Does it feel like I'm having to like scream over it, or does it sound pretty good? It's actually a little bit loud on my end, which is odd. Yeah, I actually have it lower than I do for most things. Maybe a little bit quieter. Is that better? Because the incessant... Wait, why are the gates closed? It's the middle of the day. It's not super loud, it's fine. Sounds the same. I made it a little bit lower. You'll find out why. Oh no. Oh, I need to move the mouse. I keep forgetting to move the mouse. I should put don't show the mouse. That's what I should do. Okay, I need to pay attention to the game. There's stuff happening. Capture cursor? No. Okay. Oh, it started to rain. It's all stormy. Excuse me, I want to go meet Zelda. It's Zelda. It's like the dream. Did she just yeet it? Yeet. Look at that schnozzle. I haven't voiced him yet. Ah, I lost her. You, over there, little kid. You must have seen the white horse gallop past just now. Which way did it go? Answer me. Oh, you think you can protect them from me? You've got guts, kid. Shouldn't he kind of recognize him? Because, like, I feel like the generations, I don't know. You want a piece of me? Very funny. I like your attitude. He's got the power of the sun in his hands. Hello, Erica. Welcome in. How was your Phasmo time? I had to step away. Wow, the horse looks really good. Pathetic little fool. Do you realize who you're dealing with? I am Ganondorf, and soon I will rule the world. That's a really good looking horse model. But how are you doing, Mama Kiri? Hopefully you've been able to enjoy your long week. Oh, look at his face of nothing. It's his normal face. He's just looking. Yeah, that's it. It's Mama Kiri. Oh, I see. I probably should go grab this. Grab the thing, Link. We have the Ocarina of Time. This is the royal family's hidden treasure. Ba-boody beep bop. All left behind, it glows with mystical light. He looks so just like, yeah, he's just like, guess I'll go. Sync, can you hear me? It's Zelda. It's Zelda. Sync, when you hold this ocarina in your hand, I won't be around. Wow, this is a cliche. I mean, it's fair. I wanted to wait for you, but I couldn't delay any longer. At least you could leave. At least I could leave you the ocarina and this melody. YLR. YLR. She wants to wash her hands. Wait, what? Oh, game over then. You got the ocarina. Yep. Roll the credit. I need a credits overlay. And then it starts playing this music, the best credits music. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for watching. I love that gag. It's a good gag. At least I think it's a good gag. Oh, I failed. This Link is a little bit inept. I had a friend that had this ocarina, and he would play it. It was beautiful. It wasn't just one of the... I love whenever he learns a new song. He's like... I love Link. I wish he was more emotive. In Link to the Past, he's so expressive. I want him to be more expressive. Like the moment there where he's just looking away as Ganondorf leaves. I want him to be like... Now Sync, play this melody in front of the altar in the Temple of Time. You must protect the Triforce. I do have a worse headache. Mama Kiri, what's going on? You had a headache yesterday and I thought you were treating it. I thought you were taking care of it. You gotta take care of yourself. How are you gonna be a mama if you're not taking care of yourself? Bro, no lie, I'm eating Oreo and the chocolate cookie was flipped. Dude, return it. Return it. You can't eat a flipped Oreo cookie. Who are you? What are you, a heathen? You just gotta return it. You just gotta return it. Can't believe it. All right, let me get this.
Oh, great! You sold it. Please, pay back the 10 rupees for the Keaton mask now. Payment received.
Skull mask. Yeah, I'll take this one. Ba-ba-ba-ba. In the package. That's the lucky one? Wait, what? Return the entire box for that one. Yeah, you gotta. You gotta. That's the lucky... Nope. That's the unlucky one. It's bad. Oh, you know what? I think the Sheikah stones aren't just random Sheikah... I think they're what do they call it? On graves, the stone, the gravestone. Is that just the gravestone? I think these are Sheikah gravestones, grave markers. So Sheikhs are buried here because they were the protectors of the royal family, so it would make sense that they would bury them. If you tell me to go to the Temple of Time... Let's go inside the Temple of Time! I found another. They slacking. I'm telling you, you gotta return it. Be like, I opened this, and they were inverted. Look. And just like in Death Stranding, they go in, and then there's an Oreo going. That's what I want to see. Okay, let's review the plan. I mentioned this yesterday. So, Ganondorf's trying to get the 3 gems, so that he will open the Temple of Time and get to the Holy Land, or whatever it's called. The Holy Realm. The Golden Realm? I think that's A Link to the Past. But we're doing it. We're going in, so we're hoping to reach the Triforce to make a good wish. Is that the plan? Otherwise, if we're just opening it, then Ganondorf can come in here and do just right after us and just get it. What are we planning to do? We're planning to get the Triforce? That's the part of this plan that's a little bit unclear to me.
There are 3 hollows and an inscription here. He who owns 3 spiritual stones stand with the Ocarina of Time, play the song time. That's how the inscription reads.
Okay. Can we put them in? Or do I just play the music at a time? There we go. I always thought that this was a weird division of the song, because I always thought that it Song of Inverted Time, what is that? It should start with the L, like because it goes Honestly, I don't know why Zelda had to teach me the Song of Time, because the choir here in the church keeps singing it, so I could just do that. Oh, I forgot to do a thing. There we go. Are we gonna see the Triforce? Are we gonna get the Triforce? This is it. This is when we get the Triforce. It's Triforce time, baby. What does this say? Okay, nothing there. Oh, that's what they're singing. Triforce, the Triforce. Now will you get the Triforce now?
Sync, isn't that?
Is the music now too low? Is the music in here too low? No, it's fine? Okay.
The Master Sword!
Boopity bop 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 bop. Okay, so what's the idea of the Master Sword? By pulling the Master... I'm trying to logic, like, what the plan is from the character's perspectives. Cause I know what's gonna happen. You know, it's Ocarina time. You know what's gonna happen when you pull the sword. But what is the logic of this plan? So what is Link right now hoping to achieve by pulling this sword? Did they mention it? Because from all the dialogue that we've read so far, Zelda, when she was explaining the plan, is like, we are just gonna get to it before, we're gonna get to the Triforce before Ganondorf does. But I don't think that happens. In fact, I think Ganondorf gets to it first somehow, even though we're in here. How did that happen? I guess maybe we're about to find out. Oh, you will find out? Oh, maybe I was gonna find out right now.
Excellent work. As I thought, You held the keys to the door of time. You have led me to the gates of the sacred realm. Yes, I owe it all to you, kid.
Sink!
Wake up! Sink! So did he, like, as we were getting to the Triforce, maybe it's gonna explain to us again, like right now. Ganondorf came behind us and like, I got you, kid, I got you. I'm gonna touch the Triforce. Is that what happened? Wake up, Sink, the chosen one! Wait, who's saying this? I don't think it's... Who dis? No, I took... What was your wish? What was your wish, Mama Kira? And what was your heart like? Do you have a good heart or an evil heart? Oh, that was not Navi. Unless that's what Navi looks like. Imagine this is Navi. I'm Rauru!
I am Rauru, one of the ancient sages. Ages ago, the ancient sages built the Temple of Time to protect the entrance of the sacred realm. This is the Chamber of Sages. Inside the Temple of Light, the Temple of Light, situated in the very center of the sacred realm, is the last stronghold against Ganondorf's evil forces. The Master Sword, the evil-destroying sword that you pulled out of the pedestal, was the final key to the sacred realm. Okay. Don't be alarmed. Look at yourself.
My wish is to lose weight, and my heart is... No, that means everyone around you is going to become obese. Is that Gandalf? he kind of hot though. He kind of a catch, you know?
Look, Link, you're big now. You're grown up. The Master Sword is a sacred blade that evil ones may never touch. Only one worthy of the title of Hero of Time can pull it from the pedestal of time. We weren't very creative with the names. However, you were too young to be the Hero of Time. Therefore, your spirit was sealed here
For 7 years, can't you use like blah, 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 magic or whatever to make us age quickly? Bro, he said, oh, I thought he was an adult. What's that? Inari.
He was a good being. Also lost.
Oh, thank you. Wait, is that a joke? Is that a joke number? But hello, thank you. In Japan, he's an adult. But we aren't in Japan. Airport Pikachu, how are you? No! I knew it. If you multiply it by 740, if you multiply 740 by 740, you get 6969. I am disappointed. For some reason, Zelda is bringing out all of the bonkness of people. Artem was here being like, you know, being crazy. Now Inari's here being crazy. I love that this is what constitutes crazy in this chat. It's the most, like, you go to any other one where everyone's toxic and terrible. Like, people are just here like, 69. Like, oh. But how are you doing, Inari? How's your Friday been? And thank you so much for the dono. Oh, I get it. I notice it's just the woman. I didn't realize the total. I did not see the total. I just realized the total. I get it. No, Now no one's gonna want to donate anymore. Who's ever gonna donate? Seriously, like who's gonna donate now? Look at this. Look at this. That's it. We're never getting Faces of Evil, Zelda Wand of Gamelon, or Zelda's Adventure. No one's gonna want to do it. We're kind of close though to like 30 more bucks. We get CDI. Oh, I am not looking forward to CDI. I'll be honest. I am not looking forward to CDI. It's one of those things. I would be very happy because I would be able to pay for my doctor. But I'd have to sit through CDI. Imagine sitting through all 3 of the CDI games. Madness.
Therefore your spirit was sealed here for 7 years. And now that you are old enough, the time has come for you to awaken as the hero of time. Do you understand your destiny?
Yeah.
But remember, though you open the door of time in the name of peace, Ganondorf, the Gerudo King of Thieves, used it to enter this forbidden...
I thought the Temple of Light was the last barrier, so he had to come through the Temple of Light? That doesn't seem like it. How does that work? He had to come through you.
He obtained the Triforce from...
Why didn't we obtain the Triforce? And with his... How? So he knocked us out. No, but we pulled the thing. We came to... How does that work? You just like, oh, you gotta sleep. Uh-oh, now Ganondorf. Plot hole.
He became...
Like, we were ahead. Unless the sword immediately put us to sleep because we weren't old enough to be the hero of time.
Became the King of Evil. His evil power radiated from the temples of Hyrule. And in 7 short years, he transformed Hyrule into a world of monsters. My power now has only little influence, even in this sacred realm. Namely, this chamber of sages. But there is still hope. The power of the sages remain. When the power of all the sages is awakened, the sage's seal will contain all the evil power in the void of the realm. I, Rauru, am one of the sages. And your power to fight together with the sages makes you the hero of time. The hero of time, chosen by the Master Sword. Ooh.
Oh, wait till next Thursday. No, I mean, yay, but no. It was on the top shelf. And only Ganon could reach it. So he got the... That's why Link had to grow up. So he could reach the Oh, it's an anti-short game. This game is against short people. Why is the world always against short people? Sages. They're the Sages. They're all the people that watch and like, he's too short. Sag.
Find the power of the other sages and add their might to your own. Oh, my little sleeves.
I like his little sleeves. He's like an e-girl. He's like the e-girls that have like the sleeves that are too long on their own. And then they have the little cat thing and the pink hair. Rauru is what's gonna happen in 50 years when the e-girls today become grandmas. They're gonna become Rauru. I mean, it's gonna be really cool, but
you received the Light Medallion. Rauru the Sage adds his power to yours.
Are we buffer? The Sages.
Find the other sages of and save Hyrule.
It is a very sad story. But yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Like, we got here first. I genuinely don't understand. I mean, you know, the plot needs to go on, but I genuinely don't understand why Ganon got, like, if they had shown, like, Ganon wrestling us out of there and, like, subduing us, and then he gets to it, I think that would have been a cool cutscene. I also understand that there are limitations, so I understand that there could have been limitations, but then they could have explained what happened. But it's very ambiguous. I get that Ganon came like right after us, so that makes sense. But we were still ahead of him. Anyway, that's a little nitpick. But it is key to making the plot make sense.
Sink, we're back in the Temple of Time, but have 7 years really passed? It looks like you won't be able to use some of the weapons you found as a kid anymore. Let's get out of here.
Man, this is so iconic. These clothes, this sword. Who this?
It's Sheik.
Pause your check. Thank you. He's the coolest dude, man. He's the coolest dude.
I've been waiting for you, hero of time. When evil rules all, an awakening voice from the sacred realm will call those destined to be sages who dwell in the 5 temples. One in a deep forest, one on a high mountain, we've been to those. Vast lake, we know where that is. House of the... Okay. Would this be... Don't tell me, but would this be... in Kakariko Village? In the graveyard? Or it's the spider house that now has been... They finished building it because they finished building Kakariko in the 7 years. One is inside a goddess of the sand.
I think you're just making this up.
Together with the hero of time, the awakened ones will bind evil and return the light of peace to the world. This is the legend of the temples passed down by my people, the Sheikah. I am Sheik.
You're named... It's like if my name was Hume, because I'm human. Or if Link was L, because he's an elf. He's technically a Hylian. So his name would be Hill, because he's a Hylian. Sus.
I am Sheik, survivor of the Sheikah. As I see you standing here holding the mythical Master Sword, you really do look like the legendary hero of time.
We got earrings. How did we get earrings? Oh no, I just realized. So we didn't magically age up. 7 years have passed. Also, so that means that we're 10. We were 10. Rauru had to pierce our ears, cut our hair, give us baths. Like, it wasn't a magical passage of time. We just slept there for 7 years. The dude had to, like, give us... Just imagine Rauru.
I'm going to make you the prettiest boy. Let me pierce your ears. If you believe the legend, you have no choice. You must look for the 5 temples. And I went,
what if I don't believe the legend? But yeah, Sheik is so cool.
One sage is waiting for the time of awakening in the forest temple. The sage is a girl, I am sure you...
Is she all grown up too? Link is all blushy.
Because of the evil power in the temple, she cannot hear the awakening call from the sacred realm. Unfortunately, equipped as you currently are, you cannot even enter the temple. But if you believe what I am saying, you should head to Kakariko Village.
Do you understand, Sync? Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget. What? What's your deal? Oh, you're tiny. Sheik is tiny. Link is like massive in comparison to Sheik. To save the forest girl, you need another item. Can you tell me what it is? You seem to know what it is. Look at this. Look at this. I know perspective, but like... Sheik is a small boy, yeah. Look at that. Like, even the build, Link is massive. Like, he's... I always thought Sheik was kind of like a tall, slender figure. It is slender, but not tall. Also, how are you doing, Hyrulean? Hyrulean, do you like Zelda? Oh, the birds are still around. That's good. But how are you doing, Hyrulean? Welcome in. Did Link get bigger? No. It's a haircut. He got a haircut. Rauru gave him a haircut and pierced his ears. Perhaps just a little. Oh no, not these guys. Can I fight them? Oh, is he not selling masks anymore? I was in business with them. Okay, I'm not gonna. Did they just go out? He looks like a teen. Yeah, we slept for 7 years, and now we're old boy. He's probably dead. Oh, this isn't the pot room anymore. Well, it kind of is, but there's a person who lives here now, and they have a robot face. They're from Mass Effect. For 7 years, yep. We slept for 7 years, and you know how we were going to the temple to get the Triforce? Okay, maybe Hyrulean, maybe you can explain this, because otherwise it's a really big plot hole. We went to the temple. Ganondorf followed us. But we're there first. We pull the sword. Do we immediately fall asleep? And then Ganondorf, because he was right behind us, we just went and got the Triforce. Like, how did he get to the Triforce before we did? Because we were there first. Even if he was right behind us. We were still there. That's what's bothering me right now. Because, like, I get Ganondorf got there because he followed us. But how did he beat us to the Triforce? You immediately... Why? The sages were there. They could be like, hey, hey, Link. Wake up, Link. The moment you touched the sword, you went to sleep. Oh, that sucks. But you had to touch the sword to get into the sacred realm. So if we hadn't pulled the sword, the sacred realm would never have been open. So it's still our fault. Like, he would have been able to open the door in the Temple of Time, but he wouldn't have been able to get to the sacred realm because only the hero of time can touch it. So it was a trap all along. More of Zelda's, yeah, I mean, it makes sense because they're kids, they wouldn't know. See, but at least that makes sense. Like, the kids don't know, oh, okay, we're gonna... Like, because we had no way of knowing that we were going to fall asleep. Yeah, Ganondorf never would have been able to open the Sacred Realm because... Yeah, so it was just a flawed plan. It was just a bad plan. It was a bad plan on our part. So he knew what Zelda was up to, and he just let her keep going. Yeah, because he knew who we were. He could have, like... Especially when he met us at the gate. He could have, like... you know... But... Well, he didn't. That makes sense. See, now that makes sense. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you are quite energetic, young man. I don't know.
You're brave and handsome too. What's your name? Your name is Sink, isn't it? Don't be be surprised. I can read people's minds. If I looked as good as you,
Oh, excuse me, ghost person?
I could run a different kind of
Oh,
My shop is the only ghost shop in Hyrule. Because of the great Ganondorf, it's a fine time for business like this.
is this why all the characters in FromSoft games are so laughy? Because in this game they're so laughy, and those games are clearly based off of this.
Oh, I can only hope the world gets even worse. The ghost people call Poes, after Edgar Allan, are spirits of concentrated hatred that appear in the fields and graveyards. They hate the world. Young man, if you catch a Poe, I will pay a lot of money for it. Hey, young man, what's up? What's happening today? Hello, fellow kid. If you have a Poe, I will buy it. Your card has 0 points. Get better credit.
A little sus. A little bit. Wait. See, Jabba the Hutt was a trap? It was. Everything. Just like Edgar Allan Poe. I see what they did there. Yeah. I feel like, Erica, I don't know if you're super behind. Wait, is it just red around the city? That's probably not good for business. Are you gonna trade at Hyrule, in Hyrule Castletown? No, man, it's gotten kind of red there. Can I get Milkies? I want to get Milkies. Oh, wait, now that I changed the control. Can I do this? The fastest way to get through Hyrule. Wait, why is it getting cloudy? The weather forecast around Castletown is evil. I like that. Yeah, last time I was in Castletown, my uncle was re-dead, so I'm not ever going back there. It's not great for my real. Oh, hello. Oh, a visitor. It's been a long time since we've had a visitor here. Where did you come from? Since Ganondorf came, people in the Castletown have gone. Places have been ruined, and monsters are wandering everywhere. Mr. Ingo is just using the ranch to gain Ganondorf's favor. Everyone seems to be turning evil. But Dad, he was kicked out of the ranch by Mr. Ingo. If I disobey Mr. Ingo, he will treat the horses so badly. So there's nothing I can do. If only I could play their favorite song for them. Melon, no, you became a slave. You became a horse slave. It's Zelda, Walmart Zelda, no. Where is the angry meteor face guy? I don't know. Wanted. Chicken. These 3 people took the chickens. How are you doing, Waffle? Welcome in. From horse girl to horse slave. Yeah. So, oh wow, the paint job here is all changed up. Ew! He leaves his pants everywhere? Those are gross. What are these? Are these like, what are those? I honestly don't even want to know. Look at that! Look at the detail! That's pretty cool. Is that, can I read that? Look at the detail! Oh wow, he's really into... Ew, he's a milk drinker. He just guzzles down milk. Yeah, with like milk dropping all over his face. Are you playing the 4K up? Yes, I am. I am indeed playing the 4K upscaled mod. I was thinking, like, people have probably seen Ocarina of Time a billion times, so I wanted to give people a little bit of a different flavor. For their sake. Hello. Oh, it's your neck thing.
There are some people in Kakariko spreading rumors that I cheated Talon out of the ranch, but don't be ridiculous. That guy Talon was weak. I, the hard-working Ingo, poured so much energy into this place. I don't want any strangers like you saying anything bad about me. Listen, the great Ganondorf recognized my obvious talents and gave the ranch to me. I will raise a fine horse and win recognition from the great Ganondorf. Say, young man, do you want to ride on one of my fine horses? If you pay 10 rupees, I can let you ride. Do you want to hear how to ride? Sure. Approach a horse quietly and stand by its side. Press A to mount up. Use the bloop to make it run. Once it starts running, press A to tap it with a whip. It will speed up. When you want to jump over a fence, accelerate and hit it head on. If you try to jump over a fence at an angle, the horse won't like it, and it won't jump. After the horse comes to a complete stop, press A to dismount. Have fun.
Okay. Oh, did I play my music? Gotta play my music. It's... Oh, I don't remember it. Horse music. Oh, is my overlay not working? Man, why is my overlay not working? No, oh, close that, close that. Okay, do I get to practice? Oh, look at my hand, look at my little stanky hand. I'm cool. Hey, oh, I get money? Oh, I'm just gonna make my money back. Ingo's stupid. Wait, is this all it is? Oh, is that all the money I could make? I want to make money. Do I need it? No. Talk to Ingo. What's up?
When you want to dismount and stuff. Hey, young man, do I know you? I just felt as though I've seen you somewhere before. If you use L targeting, you can talk to me from horseback. Are you ready to go home soon?
No, I want to ride.
When your time is up, I'll kick you out of here.
Okay, no. Can I escape with a horse? Go, horse, go! No. No! Oh, well. The horse was cool. Alright, so let's see what you guys said here. I've seen and played Ocarina of Time a million times, but I love it so much. Dude, I've been having a blast. I've been having a blast. Tell Artem that she hates it. Wait, it looks sick? Oh yeah, Artem didn't like the mod too much. You can now wash more hands at a time? What? What? It's the depressed guy from MM. Depressed guy? Luigi has had enough of Mario's bullshit. Yeah. Banana, is that you? Banana? There's no banana here. You can ride? This game was huge for its time, wasn't it? Yeah. Because you're a bigger sink? Oh. What happens if I play the music out here? Do they go crazy in there? Head pass. Here we go. Wait, I saw her. Epona! Hi, buddy. Oh! Can you get through? Can you get through? Oh, she wants the pets. Oh, this is adorable. She's even merging with the wall to get the pets. The wig is gone. You're bald now. I am. Don't look. I'm balding. Don't ride.
Scram, you little punk.
Alright. I wonder if I can be like, Malin, it's me. It's little fairy boy. I am a fairy man now. Look at my fairy pecs. They were massaged by Rauru for 7 years. Okay. I feel bad for her. Ingo probably treats her like trash. She probably, I wonder if I play it in front of her. He probably makes her sleep in the stable or something. I'm also a ferryman. Being a ferryman. Okay, she's completely like, I don't know what that is. All right.
Do you have a fairy, Inari? I don't see a fairy around you. You're not a real kokiri.
The Kokiris are such jerk. Well, one of them is. Well, I didn't get another milk bottle, which makes me sad. Why is there a wall here? This is a random wall. Was this wall always here? The rock. No, I was just acting. You know, it's acting is when people act like something they're not. Don't be sad. Okay, let's put a bomb over there. Ah! There's a ghost. Okay. Did I hurt a ghost with a bomb? I think I just hurt a ghost with a bomb. Did the ghost just put me on fire? Alright, let's go back home and talk to all our little friends. You defeated a Poe. You want to catch? Yeah. But you don't have an empty bottle. Oh. Let's go visit our home, our all little friends. I wonder if they became like little Kokiri creatures like in the other games now. That'd be interesting. So then it would prove that the Deku Tree was only disguising them in human form for our benefit so that as we were growing up, we felt. Oh. They are huge. Also, wait a minute. Hello. I like his little beak. Come here. What was that? Did I just come here at night? It's all red. Oh no, they're here. What's up?
Why is that fairy following you around? You're not one of us. I see you, but I didn't have any problems. You didn't have any problems entering the forest, mister? Did the meanies out there bother you much? Before the great Deku Tree died, you wouldn't see things like that around here. Since it's dangerous outside, I always stay inside my house.
They became introverts.
But I'm bored to death.
Okay, maybe not. Can I break the big pots? Wait, Link is a tree? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? I like that theory, but what do you mean? Ooh, 2 nuts? Yes, please. Remember she told you to go Kakariko. That's right. That's right. Kakariko, not my old town. Not my old stomping grounds. That is fair, that is fair. Oh, Kakariko is blipping on the map. I should have known. I should have known. This is a pretty serene night. I kind of like this. Huh. I feel like there's something more ominous about that mountain. Can't quite tell what it is. I don't know if it's the Ring of Fire. Hey, thank you for the follow, Hyrulean. I really appreciate it. I hope you have some good time. I would honestly also recommend, I'm not just saying this for ad purposes, because what would be the point of that? If you are interested, I'd recommend you join the Discord. You seem pretty chill. Everyone's pretty chill. It's a fun time. Yeah, and you can do that by !Discord if you are interested. And if you're not, that's fine too. Not like we're all gonna judge you. Everyone's just like, oh, you didn't add it. It'd be terrible. Alright, where's the bomb? We do Pokemon catching. We are chaotic. I shall consider it. But yeah, no pressure. They replaced all the jars with crates, which means crates are evil, jars are good. Because in the good timeline, jars. Inside people's houses, jars. I also have to say, is this the same guy from 7 years ago? I love that there are actual hints on these walls. I think that that's so cool.
If that lady asks you about cuckoos, you should listen to her.
I feel like that's the same thing. What's your deal?
Nobody believes what I've been telling them all these past 7 years.
What have you been telling them? Well, it's probably because you don't actually tell them. You just say, nobody's telling.
Please don't tease my cuckoos.
I love his skinny jeans. You can roll into boxes? No, I can't. I just made a cow move. You mean Link's skinny jeans or his skinny? Those are pretty tight. Those are some. Oh, I can see his underwear. Okay. Those are. Forgive me for the comparison. Those are some Tingle jeans. Those are some Tingle jeans. I love that shot. I don't know why. That's such a good shot. I cannot roll into these. I doubt it. Wait. Where's the cow? I asked the same question, NRA. I was like, why is this cow in this tiny cage in the corner of a house? This makes no sense. My answer, those people are evil. That's why they're okay. They're all fine in there. Did you ever stop to think about that? Also, this person's been dancing here for 7 years. They're all fine in there. I don't see anyone sad in that house. Everyone seems to be exactly the same, which means Ganondorf had no effect on them. Is it night? Is it still considered night? Shooting Gan. It is night. That's why it's so empty. Yeah. This game looks so good. It really does. It really does. I keep forgetting. I want to add a command with the person who made the mod. I want to give them proper credit because it's so good. I believe it's one person. They were saying there's like over 1,000 textures that they have been going through, and their whole point is to do it as faithfully as possible. They want to keep it faithful, and you can definitely see it. Like the thing I don't like with a lot of visual mods is that a lot of them are not faithful. Just in general, not even just Zelda, I don't like when they go for a different art style. I get that some people might want that, but whenever I'm looking for a visual mod, which isn't often, I usually want something that is... Oh, I don't have a jar. Do I have a jar? Wait, that's the wrong button. What happened to my jar? Oh no, I do have a jar. It has a fairy in it. But I like to keep the original art faithful. I'm in shock after playing Majora's Mask 64. Yeah, no, it's really good. And this is also mixed up with the fact that it's 3D. Like the models, he didn't touch the models. The models are all from 3D. So like his model is so much better than it was on the N64. And so the big problem with Majora's Mask. Oh, before I go with that, I just saw no one puts a cow in a cage. The big problem with Majora's Mask 3D, because I've been researching these a lot, because I want to do them justice in this marathon. I don't want it to be... okay, I was literally 1 second. I don't want it to be some, you know, to be annoying or dumb, a dumb version of the game or whatever. Actually, I'll talk to these people. I might forget, though. The problem is that they changed a lot of things, like how the bosses work and stuff like that. But there is actually a mod that allows the bosses and everything to work as they did in the original. So because they actually streamlined the bosses in a way that you can only kill them in one way, but the original Majora's Mask bosses, you could use a lot of creativity apparently in killing them. So I'm going to use that brings back all the mechanics and stuff of the original. There are other things too that it changes to make it more like the 64 version, but with the super nice graphics. Creativity and pain, yeah. I mean, it was made easier by streamlining it, but I kind of want the original experience. I want to feel that. Pain indeed. Should I not? Should I not? You guys are.
A long time ago, there was a man in this very village who had an eye they said could see the truth. Now, usually you have to train your mind's eye most strenuously to actually see the truth. But this fella, no, they say he had a different way of doing things. His house stood where the well is now.
That's a tip. No, you should go for it. I should go for the difficult. Because it can't be that difficult. Honestly, too, if I really need it, I'll look for a guide. I'll look for a guide. What do you got to say?
But shall we believe Sheik said and go to...
Navi? We're in Kakariko Village. Yeah, what are these Laffy Taffies doing here?
Look at this guy! Ever since he escaped from Hyrule Castle, he's become even more timid. Ah. Yeah, I tell you, I saw him. I saw that ghastly figure of Dompe in the graveyard and sinking into his grave. It looked like he was holding some kind of treasure.
Some may call it junk. Me, I call this treasure. Yeah, MM64 is challenging, but not unfair. Should I jump into the well? Everyone keeps telling me to jump into the well. Not you guys, but the game. And by everyone, I mean the old man. Ooh, who are you?
The windmill draws water up from the depths of the well. Now the well is dried up, though.
Speaking of it... Well, I probably don't want to bring back water to the well. One of my favorite musics. Do it. Jump into the well. Now I'm kind of second guessing myself. You know, you say it in a sussy way like that. I'm kind of... Oh, you're angry.
I never forget what happened on that day 7 years ago. It was all that Ocarina kid's fault. Next time he comes around here, I'm gonna mess him up.
It's me. I'm the Ocarina kid. Check it out.
What the heck? That reminds me of a time 7 years ago. Back when that mean kid came here and played a strange song, you messed up the windmill. I'll never forget this song.
Oh, this song's so good. This song is so good. The anniversary version of this song that came into the anniversary CD is so good. It's raining inside. Why did it ruin his... You've learned the Song of Storms. Why is he mad?
Oh no, the storm again? You played the ocarina again, didn't you?
You saw me pull the ocarina out and you taught me the song. Whoa! Whoa! I wish there was a carousel that went this fast. That's what I want. Can I? I'm a tall boy now. Can I? Oh, that's that's a little bit dizzying. I'm not gonna lead you completely wrong. Don't. Oh no. I'm at the precipice. What will happen? Oh, I'm fine. They dried up. Oh, oh. Have you guys seen? Oh. Oh, I need it. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay. Do you guys see that meme of what you see when you're kissing someone or whatever, and it's just like the funniest perspective, like completely deformed and weird of the person's face, but they did it with Zelda and Link. And it's funny. It's a good meme. I think I posted it. See, nothing bad happened. I lost some health. I will have you know that I value health. It is important to stay healthy in these times. It's a windmill. There's a secret on the windmill. Oh, there's a dude here. What's up, dude?
Look at me on top of the world. It really bothers me to see anyone in the higher level as I am. I have to be the one on top.
What's your problem, dude? Everyone in this version of the world is kind of... I don't like it. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's this dude. Is this dude from the castle town? Hello. Are you a dude? Doesn't really matter, but...
Please, sell me your country bottle, please.
Sure, I'll sell you half a jug of milk. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about half a jug of milk? Whoops. I'll put that in one. Here. Link, you're such a tease. Look, I have a bottle. Oh. So they all moved from Castletown to here. Welcome. Makes sense. I see your inventory hasn't changed in 7 years. I feel like that might be why your store is in shambles back in the old town. It's Matthew Mercer. Welcome. There's a Poe here. I can get Poes anywhere I want. Oh, can I? Oh, I can do it. Did I just need to wait to become old to get back here? Is that what it was? I couldn't have done this as young man. I had to do this as old man. Okay, Hyrulean, you might... I love Matt Mercer. Doesn't he look exactly like Matt Mercer? You got a red rupee. What's the point of these? I get that they tell time. And I get that that's useful, but there are way more than you need. There's way more of them than you need. Like, for example, in front of the Temple of Time, there's 4 of them right next to each other. I don't need 4 of them. Sometimes they give hints. I think in this one they don't, though. Because the hints are the Sheikah's stones. This character doesn't fit in this game.
I heard the last words where fairies live. It's a strange place with many mysterious smells. I wish I could just once make medicine with some of the strange things I might find there. I may not be able to see very well anymore, but my nose still works fine.
I like Link's leggings that he magically got. I'm telling you, Rauru was on the biz. He was just like piercing our ears, cutting our hair, measuring us up so that he could put tights on us. We were kind of like a little doll for him that kind of grew. That's kind of weird. Chicken, I hear you. Why are you guys up here now? Hee hee. Violating our personal space. He must have something better to do. Don't you agree, darling? There's a rock. But yeah, the gossip stones, you need a specific item in order to get... Oh, okay. Okay, so it wasn't a version thing. Gotcha. I hear the chicken. I hear the chicken. Are there no chickens in this time frame? Oh, I should go check out Dumpy. They're still... Have you seen their calves? Their calves are bulging. Oh, does this tell me that Dumpy died? Rip here. Dumpy. I can go in Dumpy's house? Yeah, I want to read it. Whoever reads this, please enter my grave. I will let you have my stretching, shrinking keepsake. I don't know if I want your stretching, shrinking keepsake. How are they not dead yet? Love keeps them youthful. Hey. Alright, Ghost. Okay. Is there a way for me to figure out which one is Dumpy's? Can I read them? I cannot. Flowers? Stop, it can't be the same one. Oh, here. I see that they added flowers to new graves. It's Dumpy! What voice did I give him?
Young man, are you fast on your feet? I may not look like it, but I am confident in my speed. Let's have a race. Follow me if you dare.
All right, Dumpy, let's go. Fire! Dumpy, I thought you were my friend. Okay, we catching up. We're catching up with Dumpy. Oh, so wherever there's money, we're not supposed to go. Woo! Dumpy going hard. Go, Link, go. Don't let Dumpy get the best. Are we supposed to beat Dumpy, or what's the deal here? Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. No! Oh, is that Dumpy?
The time of the race was 1:01. Young man, you were very quick to be able to keep up with me. As a reward, I can give you the hook shot. It's a spring-loaded chain that will pull you to any spot the hook sticks.
doesn't sound cool. That's... Oh, you get the hookshot from Dumpy? Dumpy with the Dumpy, man. He's cool.
I live here now, so come back again sometime. I will give you something cool. One more thing, be careful on your way back.
Dude, Dumpy. That's understandable, but I'm sure Roswell. Yeah, I'll ask for a hint. I'll ask for a hint whenever I need. Oh, good. The butler scene in MM was a reuse. The butler scene? Was he a butler? What's that? A ghost? Yeah, he had a halo. I can't believe like that feels so random that Dumpy would be the one to give you the hook shot. I feel like that would have been. What is this? Well, I just got the hook shot, so I would guess I got a hook shot. Isn't this? Yeah, I don't know. Do I play a song? The lullaby seems to be like the catch-all. Okay, no, I know. Yeah, I don't know what else I would play. I have a horse. Song of time. Song of time. Nope. No. Wait. Oh! That actually worked. I didn't think. Whoa, he can jump high spaces. Sync has thick legs. Yeah, he does. Sync is pretty. Dumpy was tricking us. Dumpy was saying we were gonna have to go back. Dumpy's rude. I thought Dumpy was a friend, man. I trusted Dumpy. Hey! Oh yeah, I got a heart. Nice. I thought Dumpy was a friend. I guess Dumpy gave us. How many times can he say Dumpy in one sentence? I guess Dumpy gave us the thing we need. Oh, I thought I could jump on top of that. Okay, so we needed to come here to Kakariko to get some sort of thing. I think I've talked to everyone. Do we go up to Death Mountain? I'm just gonna check Death Mountain. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna check Death Mountain. Unless it kills me. Oh, there's no more gate guard. I guess there's no more King of Hyrule. Wow, you haven't aged either. Oh, you've become a lot weaker. Oh. Yeah. No, I appreciate all of you guys. I know that like that's the thing. That's why I'm not like you're backseating. Like I've mentioned that like you know I'll ask for help, but I understand being super excited for a game. I totally get that. I know that sometimes when I'm watching someone else's stream and they're not doing the thing, they're literally going around the thing. I'm like, you gotta do that thing. So I understand it. I understand it. It's not coming from a place of like, oh, I want to ruin his playthrough. I mean, people come here to watch it because they love the game. So I completely understand. That's why I don't think that there's any need for me to be like super angry either or anything like that because I get it. I get it. I don't intend to overstep or anything. I mod my husband's channel. I kind of forget. You're good. You're good. But yeah, we're just all having a good time here, but it is appreciated. Because, like Flair mentioned, I've asked for it before, but but I'm not. Do I play this song again? It's not something that like I get angry at or anything, because I understand. For most people, I'm sure that they're, you know, other specific situations where people are trying to be annoying, but for the most part, people are pretty chill. Why can't I get it off the wall? I'll just keep making offhand sexual jokes. No. This is what you did, Inari. Now this stream is inherently sexual. Always. Never to be stopped. It's what you did. Do I need to stop this guy too? The little rolly guy? My husband and I play Zelda games together on stream, and he never played most of them before. Yeah, me neither. That's super cool. When he's stuck, so I spend a lot of time holding back the answers when he's stuck on something. It's difficult, right? It's tough. So I totally get it. 'Cause especially if you love this series, which I am sure you do. Once again, given your name. Okay. I'm gonna stop. Okay, maybe that's another way to stop. I gotta do a smash or pass with a Pokemon ASAP. In your chat, I need to do it right now. If I don't do it right now, as you are streaming, bad things will happen. Bad things will happen to me. Oh no. Okay, I'm utterly failing at this. I'm just gonna go. So it's so difficult to not spell. No, yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it.
I completed a small weapon. How about it? How about it for 200?
Sure. What is this? Giant knife. Hold it with both hands. You can't. Are they giving me gameplay options? Oh, I should save. Please remind me to save. This game likes to crash with this mod sometimes. Is it better than the Master Sword? A large, keen, yet easily broken blade. Oh, okay, it's easily broken. I'm not gonna use it. It's just a little knife for a guy that big. Imagine, it would be so interesting. Imagine if in the real world, IRL, we had different species and creatures that, you know, we coexisted in civilized society with, that, you know, were just as smart as us and anything, but some of them were huge, like 20, 30 feet tall creatures. Other ones were small, and I think that would be so cool. So cool. A small knife. This game has a pretty huge spoiler at the end, so Robs, be careful. Who's Robs? Who dat? You do not want to know what Inari will do if you don't let them play Smash or Pass Pokemon. Pokemon Snap? Oh no. Smash or Pass Pokemon Snap sounds like a great idea and a terrible idea at the same time. Smash or Pass Pokemon Snap would be you as a pervert, a Pokemon pervert, going around.
I gotta take a picture.
I really don't like that. I don't like that idea. That sounds horrible. hard smash on Jill, dude.
And then you
I am a Pokemon perfect. No, Inari. I thought you were a wholesome Pokemon fan, but now it explains all the sexy Pokemon body pillows you keep buying and have in the background of your streams. It all makes sense now. By the way, everyone, go check Inari out to check out her sexy Pokemon body pillow collection. It's so terrible. I can't stop buying them. Yeah, you just can't. It's like that video of like that super cursed someone. I was watching a video of cursed videos because, you know, and it was one where it's Professor whatever showing a kid and then is like, oh, you can copulate with them, and they're all like sexy Pokemon. I'm like, oh, this is really weird. Come on, come on. Sounds like a horror movie. The Pokemon perv. I mean, we already had Detective Pikachu. We're one step away from that, honestly. Because, like, what is Detective Pikachu gonna detect? The Pokemon perv. It seems like the perfect antagonist for the movie. Detective Pikachu 2, the Pokemon pervert. Did we always have these things here? Look at my tiny bed! Sinks record, spider squash, 15. Largest fish caught, 0 pounds. Marathon time, 0. Horse race time, 0. Horseback archery, 0. I suck. I'm the worst sink. So, are they all in here, Saria? Are you here? Man, Sink, get good. You're not Saria.
Have you been traveling around much, mister? Have you ever met a boy named Sink? Mido said that the great Draco tree withered because that boy did something wrong to it. Only Saria defended Link until she left. Maybe we misunderstood.
I'm Sink, yo. Look at my pecs. Look at my glutes. I'm a child. No, you're not. You're 100. The Japanese have an odd fixation with characters that look like little kids, but in fact, they're super old. Yay, I can get things. A squid gamer? Get out of here. What's that? What's that? Oh. Or does it make alien noises? That's a... No, this is the most annoying sound I've ever heard. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. That's a way to travel. Oh! That squid! It's Sniper Squid! Why is this... Why did it take me around the entire village? Imagine I miss it. For a few bucks? I guess I'm poor now. Bro, this sounds about to make me lose it. I know, right? Isn't it terrible? I had to, like, in my brain, I was singing a DMCA song, so I can't sing it in the stream. Because I don't want to be DMCA'd. Hello. Have these gotten bigger too? Man, if you tell me, I wonder what's going on in the forest right now. That's what we're doing. Well, she must be. Oh, okay. Maybe that's not what I'm doing. I was gonna check that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the combat in this game because it gives me a taste of some of my favorite games of all time. It's good combat. I mean, it hasn't really had to change in years. This is essentially how Zelda combat works, and most other successful melee combat in games, honestly. The spiders are bigger? No, it's okay. They're fake. They're skulltulas. They're not spiders. They have faces on them. They look like terrifying skulls. See, they're not spiders. They're much less scary. I love that that's an egg. Yeah, I hope I don't have to take the lily pad, the flying lily pad, for anything else. What? It's back? See, it's not a spider. It's chill. Even worse, burn it all down. Man, Link is so tall, he doesn't even... He stands in the water. Look at that. He stands in the water.
I'm a man now. I am Link, the man. You will not stop me, squid. I am going to de-squidify you like my cousin Mario. I'm going to pull your mouth out and throw you in the river. Mario was brutal in Sunshine. Mario in Sunshine is one of the rudest people. Because most of the bosses in that are animals. And he's just pulling limbs off of everything. It's just like, that game kind of was... It was all about like preserving nature and everything, but you were killing people most of the time. What? No, we're buddies. We're buddies. Remember? Remember Flute guy. Flute guy. I feel like that was a waste. That probably was like 500 bucks. No response. We should get his attention. Not what I intended, but I guess... I wanted to do this. Maybe the Song of Time wakes people up? His attention. Oh, can I not wear a mask as an adult? That's weird. I do have other songs. But oh, maybe it's Saria's song. That would make sense. No. Well, I guess it might actually be a good idea to talk to Saria, but... Okay. Hopefully I still know the path, because it seemed like the call stopped working. Yeah, like it's the same volume now. After you get it the first time, it seems like they just give up. Oh, it was the other side. Here we go.
Can I remember the path to... Guys, it's here? Yeah, now... Mido!
Who do you think you are? That Kokiri-like clothing doesn't fool me. I promise Saria I would never let anyone through here. If you want to see her that bad, I'm gonna need some proof that you're really a friend of hers. Something that you could only have heard from her. Not that she would ever be friends with a grown-up like you.
Aha, that's where you have this wrong, kid. Now it's time for Lost Woods hard mode. We hope you memorized it. Oh, so is it actually like you have to memorize it? It wasn't like a bug or anything? What about that?
I promise.
Dude, I just did it. I just played you the music. Oh no, that was the other person's. Sorry, that's my actual girlfriend's music. I need to... Sorry, you know, it's a lot of girls giving me songs.
That melody. Saria plays that song all the time. You do know, Saria. That song. Saria taught that song only to her friends. Okay, I trust you. When I see you, I don't know why, but I remember him. He ruined my life. Meh. Meh.
Okay, I think it's right. Nope. Straight. Yeah, boy. Now it's right. Nope. I'm cheating the system. Yay! And now it's... I think now it's here. Yeah! Yeah!
From up here on, I'll be going through some narrow passages. We'll be going through some narrow passages. If you take it slow, maybe we can sneak up on some enemies. Use L targeting to always look in the proper direction. Set your view so you can see down the next corridor.
Navi, I know how to play the game. Okay. That's a big dude. Run! I'm now whistling in time with Saria's song. Ooh, nice. Look at the model on these guys. They look fantastic. They look so good. Can I hit them from behind then? No, I can't. I thought that's what Navi meant by sneak behind them. Good thing they can't turn a corner. I love this song. I guess I just have to wait for him now. The songs in this game are insanely good. It's very impressive. They don't look very pig-like either. They look more like bulldogs. That's where I need to go? Yeah? No, I can go over here. Bulldog man, he's a bulldog man. He's a bulldog, I'm a bulldog, we are bulldogs. Can I bomb this wall? It looks different. There's a seam that looks it can be bombed. Will I call all the bulldog men all over here to kill me? Bulldog man, don't turn around, oh bulldog man. Big bulldog man. Okay. 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 Okay, tree stump. Oh, that's where Saria used to be. I was like, why are they showing us the tree stump? That makes sense. Look at our earrings. Wow, look at the definition of the ear. How did you get here? Why didn't you just bring me with you?
The flow of time is always cruel. Its speed seems different for each person, but no one can change it. For you, you just missed all of it. A thing that doesn't change with time is memory of younger days. In order to come back here again, play the minuet of Forest.
Like a teleport? Oh, that's it doesn't repeat. Doo-doo-doo. I've heard this song. It's like a ballad. Oh, well, it's a minuet. Is he gonna derpily look at? He still does. I mean, he didn't really grow up. He didn't have a chance to grow up. He doesn't look as derpy doing it now. He's just he looks more like, what is this? Oh, I forgot to turn off head pads. Hey,
Sync, I'll see you again.
these ninja kids. Link, don't. You know that's happened before, Link. Impa already did that. Impa was like, I gotta go, and ran away. We know that they do that. Huh? Tree? It sucks. Closer. I'm on top? Aww. We outgrew Derp Link. Yeah, he's not derpy anymore. I used to love Derp Link. Also, hi Matthew. I don't think I saw you earlier. The forest. Ooh, this looks cool. This looks really nice too. What? There's a... I know what I'm doing first. Wait, can I not reach it? I don't know how you hit him from behind my back. I'm just gonna, I'm going crazy. Yeah, see, that's how you beat him. You just go crazy on him. They can't defend forever. This is how you do it. This is how Adult Link fights. Adult Link doesn't stop attacking. Adult Link is insane. Wolves, you thought, oh, I'm gonna get a second chance against you now that you grew up. Nah. You're gonna gang up on me. You're gonna try to take me down because you're wolves and you're cool and you're bipedal somehow. Nope. I'm Link. I just swing. I'm the hero of time. This is your favorite temple? Oh, that's cool. Ooh. What is that music? That's interesting. Man, I love the plants on the walls. I have to say. Also, I love that I one hit. Yeah. I love that I one hit kill them. Wow, look at that square bark. Look at the square bark. Easy. Oh wait, did I need to come up here? Me thinking it was just for fun. I would get like something chill. Wow, look at the panes on that door. I'm just gawking at the...
A spider. Link did not know how to defeat this foe.
Come on, give me something. Give me something more difficult. As you can see in the death count, well, this is the 69. As you can see in the death count, all the deaths have happened in the previous game. I have not died in this game yet. Oh, hello. Wait, is this the House of the Dead? Oh, the laugh. It's interesting that they didn't just reuse the laugh from Mario 64. They could have totally just reused the laugh from Mario 64. But Nintendo don't do that. Nintendo pretty good. Nintendo knows what's up. Oh. So I got a key out there. And I know I can play music. You're now jinxed. You keep saying that, but I keep not dying. Well, the game keeps crashing, I should say. Single spider. I feel like they need to step up their game. They need to put something else here, because single spider ain't doing it. Single spider, pretty chill. Ah, see? So you're telling me then that I unjinxed it. In fact, you unjinxed it for me. By saying that. You proved your own point wrong. By doing the exact thing that you thought you were not going to do. Always save. It is true. It is true. Always save. If a place with ghosts has arrows on the floor telling you to go a certain direction, I'm done, Navi. I'm done. I'm done. I thought I read an article where they said that they made Navi less overbearing in this version of the game. If this is Navi less overbearing, I don't want to play the N64 version. Oh? Is there a place I need to push it to? Oh. Okay, okay. Wait. So actually, it was not a bad idea, the original. I thought I could pull it over here, but then I wouldn't be able to go over there. But now that I know that it connects on both sides, now it does work. There we go. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to ask. I don't know if Hillian is still here, but I forgot to ask what their favorite Zelda was. Because I feel like we've all mentioned our favorite Zeldas at this point. I forgot to ask. Because especially someone who's a big fan of Zelda and probably has played all the games, I'd be very interested to know. Both their favorite and the one that they think is the best one. Which for some people, they differentiate that, like someone's asking for quality versus just preference. Because for me, many times what I think is the best made is not the best. Oh, hello. my favorite is Twilight Princess. Ooh. Why is that? Is it the tone? Twilight Princess is another one that I started playing but never finished. I didn't get too far in it. Okay, so I only need to push over there. Yeah, you make that distinction, yeah. 'Cause I think that I've known people that are like, of course my favorite one is the best one. I'm like, not always. Not always. But yeah. It's partially the tone, but I also partially the time in my life. That's fair. Yeah, because I feel like what ends up deciding a lot of people's favorite games or favorite in a franchise, even a favorite song, favorite album, is very much the moment in their lives. And that makes complete sense. Wait, is this a different place? No, this is the same place. And it makes complete sense. So I wouldn't... Can we... Okay. I feel like I can't do this yet. This seems like a thing I cannot do. Wait. I didn't climb the block. No, I did climb the block. What am I saying? My first Zelda game was OOT. And it got me into the franchise. I played it just before Majora's Mask came out. So I was really... That's kind of what happened time frame wise with me and Portal. I really got into Portal 1. I think it was a few months before Portal 2 came out. And Portal 2 is to this day one of my favorite games. And I think it's a really genuinely good game too. It has aged, but I think it, especially because of its puzzles, it holds up pretty well. And how they do it narratively, it's something that games still nowadays try to emulate, where they're not cutting you off from you know, controlling your character. Whoops. Which I think is really cool. Valve in general tends to make pretty good games. Although I'm not a huge Half-Life guy. You know, people are like, oh, you must love Half-Life. I think it's the lore of it is really cool, but that's not really my cup of tea necessarily. Anyway, that was a big tangent. But that's really cool. But oh, I really wanted Ocarina of Time 2, but oh yeah, Majora's Mask was so different. And I absolutely love the story of the development of Majora's. Majora's has such an interesting story, and it's interesting too, as I was researching, you know, the different versions of Majora that I should play, like, you know, which one would be the most faithful, but also I could upgrade and make it look nice for everyone. Oh wait, can I jump there? It seemed like the answer for that was that, not the answer, but it seemed like a lot of people who liked the original Majora felt like Aonuma didn't understand why they liked it, because he didn't like it. Aonuma apparently has gone on record saying that he is not a Majora's Mask fan. So he tried to change things to the better, but a lot of people weren't happy with the changes they made in 3D because of that. So I thought that was an interesting little tidbit of development, and that happens a lot. You know, I think the classic one that everyone always says, right, is George Lucas with all the edits he makes. But, you know, as someone who's been making videos and stuff for a while, I did that too. I remember I updated a really old video of mine because like, oh, I wanna put new effects and stuff, but people liked it less. I was like, oh. So sometimes when you create something, you think that, because you also, when you create something, you see the flaws more than anyone else. So I completely understand that too, where it's coming from, but I understand that it can also be made worse. Oh. Yeah, I'm not surprised that Aonuma doesn't like it, yeah. But TP was exactly what I wanted, and I really fell in love with it. Yeah, I feel like it took a really long time for them to get back to this feel, which it feels more grown up. Of all the Zeldas, it definitely has more of that feel to it. You see the design of certain creatures and stuff like that. And honestly, I think if it weren't for limitation, A Link to the Past would also be a lot darker than we imagined, because some of the things that I saw when we were playing it, they look straight out of something like Metroid, or even some of it just looked straight out of Alien, the movie Alien, which is what Metroid shares a lot of. So I thought that was interesting. Come on. Oh yeah, absolutely. Creators are always their biggest critics. My husband is guilty of going back and changing some of his stuff after the fact. Yeah, there's a lot of pretty dark stuff in A Link to the Past, but it doesn't hit hard because of its graphical limitations. Yeah, and a lot of it looks very cartoony as well, right? Link is very cartoony looking. He's like puffing up his cheeks when he's pushing things and stuff like that. Was that a golden Skulltula right underneath? Right? No, you're just but it did feel like they wanted to go for something more serious with Zelda for a while. And then once they veered away from that on the GameCube and with everything else, I remember when Twilight Princess was coming out. I remember how angry people were, not when Twilight Princess came out, but before Twilight Princess, how angry people were with Wind Waker. But now it's looked upon so fondly by so many people. And even more than Twilight Princess. A lot of people are not big fans of Twilight Princess. Hey! Oh wow, this is big. This is a big map. Oh, I'm kind of sad the overlay isn't working properly today. Which is too bad. Because the overlay should... Why is it not working? Yeah, it's active. Okay, maybe this will fix it? Now it's more broken. Okay. I just broke it more. Okay, perfect. Twilight Princess is definitely not one of the best in the franchise. I personally love it, but I really don't. It's really just a remake of Ocarina of Time with a different coat of paint. Oh, really? Again, since I had never really... Can I jump into this wall? Oh. Oh no, there's a spider. Oh, I made it. Oh, I could have just... I see. There was this. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that. I don't think I've ever heard of Twilight Princess being described like that. Yeah, Zelda kind of waffles back and forth between wanting to be dark and serious and wanting to be toony and fun. And I think that's good, honestly. I think the best, though, would be if they found a balance. I think that that would be really cool. And honestly, I think the closest it's gotten to have a little bit of both was Breath of the Wild. And tonally, you know, the story isn't that crazy, obviously. But tonally, I think it's a very good game. Breath of the Wild. There are other things that are good too, but since we're speaking about... Wait, what did that do? I just realized I wasn't paying attention. There's probably something below. My guess would be that something below was opened up. Not literally below, but something down there. Because they even give us water to jump. I love how heavy these guys are that they drop. There's some enemy animations too that it's like it's more theatrical than them just dying. Like the squids, it like you hit them and go, oh, flip. It takes them a little bit. They don't just die. They like to show it off. Okay, can I? No, it's too far. In my opinion, the best in the franchise is either Breath of the Wild or A Link to the Past. Because that's the thing, right? That's another thing that I discovered playing A Link to the Past. I had some previous knowledge about Ocarina of Time. Because, I mean, at this point, who doesn't? But I knew the plot. I know the general plot, right? It's sadly, okay, I think I can do this. There's no way that it wasn't spoiled to me. I've played WarioWare, where they tell you the plot of this game and make you play through it as as a mini game. So, but anyway, A Link to the Past is essentially this game. So I was surprised how safe, outside of the 3D aspect and the 3D things that they implemented with it, which are super well done, especially for their first go around at it. A lot of the mechanics are very safe and the same as A Link to the Past. Even the structure of having two forms of the world, and one of them is the darker world and one of them is the lighter, kinder world. Okay, this is very odd that there's... Is that a hint? Yeah, it really is. It really is. So I was impressed because I hear a lot of people worshiping Ocarina of Time for all of the things it does, but a lot of the things it does are straight from Link to the Past. So I was like, oh. Oh. But again, I understand why. It's the first big 3D game, and because it played so safe, I think it's because it played so safe, it was able to be so successful. Because I don't think it would have been if they just tried to go all out. Because they played it safe, they made a game that was surprisingly polished despite being the first 3D game. And it is surprisingly polished. Did I miss something? Did I get something? Oh, I guess I... Okay, let me look around here. We can climb there. I don't know why I can climb there. So I climbed over there. I guess I have a map. Okay, I'll manually change it. Manually change it? It doesn't let me manually change it. Okay. It's gonna switch it out, isn't it? Oh, it didn't. So we're on the first floor, second floor. Yeah, okay, so I went over there, crossed the middle, went to the other side, then I dropped down, And then I went across, and now I'm back here. All I did, the thing I did there in that middle area was flip the switch. Oh, maybe I should have gone in through the door there. Maybe that's what I should have done. Okay, alright. Hey, it worked, okay. So I'll try doing that. Let's see what you guys said. Flair said, well, that is to be expected. It came after two vastly different games to Ocarina of Time. So having a similar game was nice to have after a couple of years, though the gameplay is pretty different compared to Ocarina of Time, with Wolf Link and the Trials adding new abilities. The Trials? Despite it being the third game in the franchise, A Link to the Past is really the template for basically every iteration to its... Yeah, that's what I was mentioning too. It feels like that, because if people say that the formula came from Ocarina of Time, then I thought it was fair to say that the formula came from A Link to the Past. But yeah, no, you guys are completely right. I mean, I agree with that. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm just gonna break some pots to relieve stress, and then we can go right back there. Oh, that door's also opened. Huh. I feel like I need a... Ooh, golden skull tool up. I need a tool I do not have yet. And usually that is whatever the dungeon thing is. Oh, hello. You kind of failed there, buddy. Okay. Oh! Skelly. The Skelly boys. And these Skelly boys, I was surprised how similar were the Skelly boys in A Link to the Past. But again, I've seen these Skelly boys. I was very surprised at how the Link to the Past ones look like this. You're a Skelly bum. Oh, do I have to defeat both of them at the same time? Oh no, he disappeared. Navi.
Hey, Sink, are you getting...
Oh.
If you take a break...
Oh, okay.
A key...
I will save, though. Continue. I won't take a break. But yeah, Breath of the Wild is just a legitimately good game. That one, I think to me, it is... Maybe it's because at this point, the formula of A Link to the Past is a little bit more dated. But to me, Breath of the Wild is vastly superior. Even though they're different types of games. They have their strengths. Like the tightly designed dungeons is something that Breath of the Wild doesn't have, and a lot of people are hoping Breath of the Wild 2 will have. I am too. Because it's cool to have more puzzly big dungeons instead of just the little shrines, but I really like the shrines too. The shrines did a really good job with the dungeon-y feeling. I really liked it. I wonder if from up there I can reach something that I couldn't before. But this drained water. Maybe I'm missing something down in the sewers, because I just played it very safe in the sewers. There might be something down in the sewers. I really enjoyed. I did too. Breath of the Wild is so good. The fact that, especially for, there were many of them, but for example, the motion shrines, you could, the one that you have like the tilt shift ball one, you could flip your controller upside down and then do it on the upside down of the control of the table and stuff like that. Things that are completely out of the box way of solving all of them. I think it's so cool that they allowed that. And it's not something, oh, we gotta patch this out. No, they were very happy to see people find those alternative ways of doing it. And I love that. I thought that that was so cool. Okay, so there's a door up there. Let me look around. Maybe I shouldn't have come down here. I might just go back up there. Okay. Yeah, I might just go back up there. Maybe we should look in the water here. Just trying to observe everything. Was there water in there? I don't remember. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be just jumping. I'm losing a lot of hearts. To be honest, I wasn't a big fan of Breath of the Wild. I really want to revisit it, but I felt like I missed the dungeons and the cool bosses that weren't just Blight Ganons. Of course, my opinion, that's my opinion, and it may change if I replay it. I think that that's also completely fair, especially if your expectation of it was that. I think that ends up playing a lot into just opinions in general. Like, what were your expectations for Breath of the Wild or for the next Zelda game? Because the last one was Skyward Sword, which I don't know how you guys feel about Skyward Sword, but I know that a lot of people did not like Skyward Sword. They were very anti-Skyward Sword. So if this was kind of like the one that you were thinking, and it had been a long time. Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild is the second longest time between Zelda games. And the first being now Breath of the Wild to Breath of the Wild 2. So, you know. I wasn't really bothered by the lack of traditional dungeons myself. I really loved Breath of the Wild's lack of linearity and structure. I did too. I feel like I don't think that having dungeons would have hindered that, because they still do have the Divine Beasts, and I think that it would just be replacing that. The Divine Beasts were the dungeons. No, I went in the wrong door! Ah! Wait, no, this is the right door. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. Don't mind me. I am forgetful, man. Okay. But yeah, that is my favorite part in games. I realize now that a lot of my favorite games of all time are ones that aren't linear and give you a lot of freedom to do whatever you want. Because my last few favorite games were in 2015, it was Metal Gear Solid 5, then Breath of the Wild in 2017, and Elden Ring this year. And they all have that. Okay, I'm trying to think here. Maybe I could do that room that I thought I couldn't. Let me get a... Breath of the Wild is such an important point in my life. Like I didn't beat Breath of the Wild, I wouldn't be where I am today. Oh, interesting. It was literally the catalyst. Yeah, and I don't know, this is gonna sound super dumb and generic, but I love that there are things like that in our lives that define us and that we can look up to. I think that that's really cool, just a really cool human thing. That we can have these cool things that we're just like, whoa. And it's interesting to see, once you know that about a person, how that affects them and how that influences who they are, and how you can see maybe some of some aspects of morality depending on what kind of thing it is, if it does tackle that in some ways, or like not just morality, but you know, different parts of character, how that affects that person, if it does at all. But I think that that is a super cool aspect of, you know, whatever it is that may have been incredibly influential in a person's life. Oh, you're good. You're good. Don't worry about the huge paragraph. Understand completely. Love OOT. OT was that first game. Was that game for me? I bet you wish you hadn't drank that milk earlier. Yeah, I was trying to sell the milk. You know, I was trying to do my duty as a citizen and sell the milk, but clearly that didn't work very well for me. I was hoping something was gonna drop health. All right. Let us enjoy this beautiful music. Wait a minute. I have a key. I got can I? Silence. I got Skyward Sword when it first came out, when I was super young. I didn't mind the different controls until I got older and really hated it. So super excited to see a new Zelda game to bring back the feeling of OOT. Twilight Princess or Majora. But when I got Breath of the Wild on the Wii U at launch, I wasn't upset with the game, but just didn't bring that feeling back. You know, yeah, for sure. For sure. No, that's super cool. And I feel like, honestly, even... First, I'm not saying that that's the case with you, but I feel that... This... Thanks, Navi. I feel like there's a lot of things that we like as kids that then we're told is bad. And then we're like, oh yeah, it's bad. But I don't think that that's fair.
Watch for the shadows and monsters.
Is it the hands?
Where? Where?
What is that? Whoop. Do I have this? I do have another key. Aha. Paintings. Paintings.
Mario Luigi's Mansion.
It's a spooky part. I used to be afraid. When I was a little kid, I was afraid of Ocarina. You know, when you would see it in those cool space-like contraptions that they had Ocarina in. And Mario 64 in at Blockbusters and whatever. Those used to scare me whenever I saw, because it was a dark game, just to go back to that tone thing we were talking about. One Skelly boy. Can I walk there, or are you cheating? I think he's cheating. I'm gonna play very passively this time. What? Gotcha. Is another one gonna pop up? Why is the music still going? You cowards. I thought that you had to defeat them at the same time, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I don't know where I got that from. Oh no, he's staying. I don't like that. Come on. Well, I had a fairy. I didn't remember I had a fairy. Ah, you skelly boy, you can't do anything. Okay, I need to go for the other guy. I need to go. Oh, I don't know who the other guy is anymore. I don't know who the other guy is anymore. Okay, I'm just gonna do one hit per. Oh no, I don't know who the other guy is anymore. Oh no, I'm screwed. Attack me, please. Yeah, Oot is pretty dark. Some parts really freak me out when I first played it. I was like, yeah, no, it really is. Like the spider house? The spider house? The Redeads? Fairy bow. Are you making fun of me? Is it because I'm a fairy boy? Maybe I should have read the description and I just clicked through. It probably told me. It was like, this was a bow gifted by the fairies. I'm here just like, you call me a fairy boy? Okay. Oh, I probably have to hit them with the arrow. Okay. Let me equip it. You're a ferryman now. I mean, this Link has always been a ferryman. Let's not beat around the fairy bush. This dude is the fairy. Where do I aim with this? Okay. Ah! Okay. Wait, where did he go? Did he go down? He did. Okay. Link walking around him, just like. What? What? Do I need to arrow them? Usually that's the case. I don't. Okay, we're fine. Oh, he gave me one arrow. Oh. Also, the fairies are scary in this game. The big fairies, the great fairies. Like, yeah, you like the fire? You like the fire, Navi? Bet you like the fire, Navi. So we can get 2 ghosts at once. We just go boom. Get this ghost. Get that ghost. Nope. Oh, it doesn't switch from first person. Nice. I like the designs of the ghosts too. They're super cool. They're very simple, but they're very effective. I like them. I like the idea of having, you know, just a face that's just a black texture and just having eyes like that. I think it works really well, despite it being a simple design thing. When characters do that, I enjoy it. Oh, that was a lot faster. Also, it's really impressive to me. I'm back. Had to go make tea and get BB to bed. Let's go. Nice. What tea do you get? What was your tea of choice this time around? What was the Mama Kire tea?
What for the shadow?
Oh boy. I feel like this is where we're gonna get caught. Oh, I almost made it. Shadows, shadows, shadows. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is, Link. Oh, they look so gross. Oh, they give me a lot of money. Okay. Please don't get me on the stairs. Please don't get me on the stairs. I love these guys. They're just kind of watching me. Okay. Okay. Link just kicked the chest up. Yeah, he's cool like that now. Oh, wait. I don't have a key. I don't have a key. Oh, no. I'm going to have to do something I never wanted. Eh? Oh, we're doing random acrobatics with Link. I think I need to go back and shoot eyes. That's probably what I have to do. Herbal teas, both calming tea. You mix them? Mama Kire, what are you doing? You're gonna get burned at the stake. Mixing teas? You can't do that. Not in this day and age. What two teas did you mix together? Was it like a chamomile tea? And then a fresh bergamot tea? Yeah, I live dangerously with my teas. Yeah, we're a dangerous group of people here. We mix teas. We donate money so that the number is 6969. Hey! You got friends coming? Nice! Oh, are you gonna raid me? Raid someone else, Mondo. Raid someone else. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well, Mondo. Oh. Yeah, hope you're doing well. No, Inari! There's new people coming. Inari, no! I'm going to grab food and we'll be back. Do I jump in the hole? Ha, ha, ha. Oh, it took me to somewhere different. One called Beauty Rest, and the other one's is Calming Night. Is it from the same company that makes like Sleepy Time tea? Because they like to give names like that. I won't have service, but leading some friends your way. Oh, thank you, Mondo. I really appreciate it. You're awesome too, my dude. You're always thinking about us, thinking about your friends. I really appreciate that. I don't know why I sound like I was about to cry there. You know, if you're gonna sound like you're about to cry, then you gotta fake like you're about to cry. You gotta really sell it. That's what you learn in acting class. You gotta sell that you're gonna cry. I've never been to acting class. No! No, this is from a tea shop. Gotcha. Gotcha. Mama Kiri here is gonna pop a vein. Is that what people say? Pop a nerve? Pop a... Oh, do I just fight the hand? No, it's gonna catch me. Ah, little hands! I don't like it. But yeah. Mama Kira just start going on a ban raid. Just bans everyone. Ooh, I love those shops that make that. I just realized, you found a small key. Key will open a door, but look at the image of the key. It looks nothing like the key. It looks really cool, actually. It's a gear key with a Triforce on it. Oh, and Ari, you're teasing the wrong mod. You're teasing the wrong mod. Oh, I guess you didn't need a key to get in here. If you did it the real way. I did it the fake way. I think that kind of threw me off more than anything. Did it? Or are other places I can get into? Because up here is just the... Okay, so this leads me back to this. That's a bizarre key. It could have been something changed with a 4K. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, it could totally be. Erica shows love to Inari. Inari, immediate sag. Inari's love language is the trolling. You gotta troll. Oh, what is that? Hallway. Yeah, okay. Probably need to open it with this. There you go. Why Sadaj? Don't be Sadaj. Be Hapoopy. Okay, that's not... That did not sound what I wanted it to sound. Hapoopy, not the way I want you guys to feel. I don't want anyone being Hapoopy here. Oh no. That gets me too, Inari. That emote, the bird, looks angry to me. It's a heart bird. And it gets me every time. I'm like, oh, why are you angry? Because I'm like, hi, Erica. And she's like, hello. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. The number you called cannot be reached this time. I just get very confused. Yeah, I thought it was mad too for the longest time until Erica told me, because I think at some point I was like, why are you using the angry bird? And she's like, it's not an angry bird, it's a happy bird. And I was like, what? That's happy? I didn't know that. Okay, where have I not been and how am I gonna get there? we have that on the other side, and it connects to the main. I don't know how to get to that other side, because I don't think I can reach the door. I might be able to reach the door. Where was that? Oh, I have the key now. Okay. Oh, okay. It all makes sense now. Okay, I know where I gotta go. But yeah, that emote just confuses me all the time. It gets me. It gets me 100% of the time. No failure. It's a budgie from a streamer called Miluist, and he uses M for his name and a budgie face. I feel like I need to get a good theming like that on the channel. I have ideas, like I feel people prefer emotes that aren't just a little dude like mine. They prefer cute little animals, which I get. Or using like Pikachu or a recognizable character of some sort. Which I'm saying that from my own personal preference, because I love Inari's Pikachu emotes, which are adorable. Like I just subscribed for Inari, but you got some cool emotes on top of it. Sign me up. Like Airport Pikachu is one of my favorite. Now I've always wondered, did you make those, Inari, or is that one of those packs you can buy that people let you use the, you know, the emotes that they made in the pack? Or if that's confidential, that's secret streamer business. I understand. I sub for my own emotes too. Inari, I don't know if you know this, but you don't need to pay for your emotes. You know, Twitch actually gives it to you for free. It's like if you had a Prime for yourself, but it's already there. You don't have to use Twitch Prime. Those Pikachus are they're some of the best emotes. I love them. Lies. No, Inari. It's the truth. Have I ever lied to you? Has this face ever lied to you? I've never lied. Actually, have I ever lied to you? I might actually have never lied to you. Which, not saying that that's a feat, because I feel like everyone tells even the white lie to their friends and whatever. I don't think I've ever have. I love that I can just knock them with my shield. I can literally just walk up to them. Yes, many times. Do you have the shock Pikachu? The thing is, I don't think you have shock Pikachu, right? Because that one is too normie for you, so you forewent. What's the passive forego? Is it forewent? I don't, because it's on BTTV, yeah. That makes sense. And you have it on BTTV now, right? You got your BTTV on. Is there anything else here? I think that was the puzzle of the room. Pretty simple again, I think that this is something that so many games have stolen from at this point, that it's kind of a non-puzzle type of thing. I have it on BTTV. Yeah, I was gonna say, if that was not one of the emotes you got from BTTV, I would be very surprised. Do we jump down this hole? I feel like jumping down holes is probably the last thing you want to do. Does this just take me back? Okay, it does. So I think we are jumping down a hole. Is there anything here? In this room? Nope. Down the hole. What is this? I don't like oh. Is this a falling ceiling?
Sick, watch out, the ceiling.
Thanks. Oh, I think I'm gonna die. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the door for the cowards. Gotcha. Never taking that route. All right, so the first one is over there, which is that black one. I wonder if I need to shoot. Oh, the camera doesn't move. Okay. And it's yellow, so I don't have to. Okay, the fact that the camera didn't move is. Link. Oh, open the chest. Oh, it's from the other side. I don't think I needed that. Puzzle. My great. Oh, a timed puzzle. Link takes so long to push. Oh, I have to get the blue thing out of the way. Okay. Link, go, go, go. Link, speed up, Link. Also, why doesn't... No. Why doesn't the Darunia bracelet work on adult Link? If they were made for the big boys. How does it only fit child Link? I'm just poking all the holes in this game today. That's the stream. It's just me being like, this doesn't work. Although I was proven wrong in terms of the plot. But gladly so, because I'd much prefer A, understanding the story, B, that it makes sense. I don't like finding faults in things. But I guess that's the problem when you went to school to analyze stories and storytelling. Like, most stories to me are a big cliche. Like, most movies that people, oh, this is so good. I'm like, this is the dumbest story. Obviously, I'm not the dude that goes and just says that, because that would be super annoying. Someone's like, oh, this is such a beautiful film. It's like, actually, if you think about it, this is just, I don't know. This is just Citizen Kane, but done backwards. Actually, that would be really cool. Someone constipated? Oh. Oh, are you alone? Oh, it's the constipation of multiplicity. You get so constipated that you feel like multiple people. I think it's this one. How do I do this? Arrows! Or this, I guess. I think it's that one. I knew it! That ding dang. Easy. Look at my shadow. My shadow keeps turning. Does it point? No, it points at the wrong one. I was like, it's pointing at the right one. No, it was not. Does it just point to the closest light? Okay, this is Okay, game. I see you. What, the boss is just gonna be a big old ghost? I bet it's gonna be a big old ghost. No, that's the wrong one. I don't think Navi wants me to win. Navi's actually the greatest ally of Ganondorf. Only there to irritate me, point the obvious, and do things that actually hinder me. Okay, this is an interesting room. Grab. That's a cool room. That's cool. I'm into that. Okay. It's a cool room. You see, like, things like this, they were really thinking about just the things they could do in 3D. And this is a very basic looking room. It's just flat walls in a octagonal. Yeah, it's an octagon. There's a Skulltula here. Oh, I can actually see on the map where it is. I think one more. Yeah, one more should. The question is the floor moving or the wall? That is a good one. Hey, Zekrom. Welcome in, welcome in. That is a good point. But I think it's the wall because the map doesn't change. The map doesn't move. North stays north for the hallways around us. So I think it's the walls. Bundle of arrow. Yeah, how are you doing? And what is your favorite Zelda game? As a question of the night. And yes, that was a... Excuse me, wall? Oh, okay. Forgot I... Twilight Princess, no hesitation. Nice. We have 2 Twilight Princess people here now. What makes it your favorite? Why is TP? Why? That's so stupid. Why is TP your favorite? Open. When did I get a boss key? Oh, I got the boss key in the tourney room. Okay, big ghost boss. Oh, this is totally a big ghost. Oh. Whatever it is, it's gonna come through the paintings, isn't it? They were really on a painting kick. Nintendo was really on a painting kick. Am I trying to find the... Oh, maybe I need to shoot all the paintings just like the other ones. No? Is there anything off with any of these? Is there anything? Huh. Oh. We love TP in this chat. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love... Okay. Evil Spirit from Beyond Phantom. Is this still Ganon or is this just a dude impersonating him? What's the lore here? Okay, do I need to... Okay, that doesn't work. Ah! What's happening? Okay, so I need to go by the sound. I need to go by the sound. Oh, it's a monster that Ganondorf created to look like him. Interesting. Interesting. Is it to terrify us? Was it to terrify the hero of time? That's the same one. No? Oh. What are you doing? Is this like classic Zelda? Oh, it is like classic Zelda. Even this is from A Link to the Past. Wait. Yeah, punk. Yeah, punk. It's crazy that you have to time it. It's like playing tennis. If you go too late, the ball goes too far to one side. If you go too early, it goes. Yeah, nice volley, dude. He's too good. He's too good at spirit ball tennis. Ah, no, you're not. You suck. Yo, it's Danny Phantom. Oh, this is actually... No, it's a little bit more difficult than A Link to the Past. Because I think he never hits it back to you. I think. Ooh, different side. Let's see if I can do it from the opposite side. I feel like sometimes side changes really mess with me. If you're doing something from a certain angle, I can only do it from that certain angle. I have a really hard time switching it. I don't know if anyone else is like that. Okay, I think I got this dude figured out. Unless he goes back to the painting. He is beat up. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, that wasn't too bad. It's Pickley! Right as we beat a boss! Let's go! Pickle Raid! It's me, Pickle Raid! Thank you so much for one worthless creation that goes well. I will banish it to the gap. Oh, I missed the story. Don't worry. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome from Pickle Land. We're doing a Zelda marathon, and we just beat a boss. How's everybody doing? How was the stream? How was the stream, Pickley? Hopefully everything was fun. What were you guys playing? Can we get a shout out for Pickley? I'm beating some form of This was a ghost that he made in his image. And it's Mondo! Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully you guys had fun at Pickley's. I feel like that always happened. It was good. More Hellblade. Getting closer, but couldn't quite finish it. Are you at... What part did he stop at? Or actually, I'll ask you this. What was the craziest thing you saw? I think that will actually give me the answer I am looking for. Yeah, give everybody them shout outs. Give all the people the shout outs. But thank you so much for the raid. Chamber of Sages. Caladius! The starport has arrived. Double raid. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Yeah, we're getting a double raid. Hello, welcome one, welcome all. We are doing a Zelda marathon. Twin Wolf Blade. Ooh, wait. Where's that from? Is that from anything? Twin Wolf Blade? Caladius was playing Ocarina. Nice. So I'm guessing that you found the stream through Ocarina. I am doing quite well tonight. We just beat Phantom Ganon, and I am really enjoying Ocarina. Ocarina is incredibly fun. I won't give my spicier takes the moment that people came in. Oh, Mondo recommend. Oh, awesome! Thank you so much, Mondo. Mondo's so awesome, so kind. Thank you for all the follows, everyone. Scorched11, thank you for the follow. Tata Plays Games, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Oh, we're getting to 200. Wait, let me put up the thing on the screen, because I forget how many we're at. Caladius, thank you for the... We're at 198. We're almost at 200. We're doing a randomizer, and our seed was cursed. Randomizers can be impossible. Randomizers can be impossible. Nibs Plays Game, thank you so much for the follow. 1 away from 200. 1 away. But thank you all you guys for following. But yeah, randomizers. I'm a big fan of watching GDQ, and sometimes they do randomizers there. And I think it was, I don't remember which year, but they were just like, we're not gonna pick one that's good. We're just gonna go for it. And it was terrible. They went way over time and stuff like that. But yeah, you are all awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, Young Master Legend. Thank you so much for the follow. And we hit 200. Let's go. But I need, where's my celebratory? I'm just gonna do the sub music because that has fireworks. Here we go! Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll put it in the Pickley with 200 biddies. Thank you so much. I thought I had it so that it activated. Oh, it did activate. Now we're gonna play the music again. Here we go. 200 followers. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you like my cut. Thank you so much. No, it's been awesome. It's been awesome to be. I just realized that the thing doesn't go in front of the other thing. It's just been awesome to stream. Probably the last thing people that just rated want to see is someone just being like, thank you everyone for all my time streaming. But it has been fantastic. I've been having a blast. Everyone has been so kind and so awesome. Just great people around you. And when they say you can't do it alone, obviously you need to have other people. Well, I guess you could get bots, right? Just get a bunch of bots. Turns out you were all Mondo's bots. Mondo just made 200 bots to follow me. That's exactly what they want to see. Yeah, let's celebrate. No, but it's great. It's great that you guys, I know that some of you literally just joined, and hopefully you'll come back, not just for numbers, because honestly, that's not really what matters. Because I do this because I love it. I just enjoy chatting with people while I play a game. So, and I'm sure that all you guys do too. Caladius. I know that all the people that I watch that are here tonight, I know that they do. They're just having a blast playing. So, thank you to everyone, and thank you to all you guys for being willing to watch me and chat with me and do stuff, because it's been fun. Oh, sick! I'm a Mondo bot. Today's a good day. I feel like of all the people to be a bot to, Mondo is one of the better ones. I don't think I'd complain either if I was a Mondo bot. Mondo bot's pretty good. Got it pretty good because he's a pretty cool dude. I feel like he'd just give you a drink and be like, you don't need to do anything today. We can just chill together. I'm like, yeah, best Mondo. Mondo bots assemble. We become a Megazord of Mondo. It's a giant Mondo robot. Have a little plushy Pikachu. What happened? I'm confused. We reached 200 followers. Look. That means that we're doing a special community night again. A community night led by you guys. You guys pick everything. The Mondo Zord. Yes. That is Mondo. We got you. We're your marketing team. We're giving you ideas for free here. Transform us. I mean, we are already bots, but transform us into a TM Mondo Zord. Go around town doing Mondo things. Would people be terrified and might you destroy some buildings? Yes, but is it worth it? Yeah. Destroying a couple buildings is always worth having a big Mondo Zord in a city. Like, Power Rangers destroyed countless cities, but they saved them from a big monster. It was worth it. Garlic phone, yeah. So I would be, I'd be up for some garlic phone. Well, we'll have to. I'll do the poll so everyone can pick some stuff that they want to play. And sometimes, honestly, I also do a movie night. I usually do a poll like, do you want to watch a movie? Do you want to? Sometimes people just want to chill and watch a movie together. But I love that we have this very mystical music in the back. With the Nintendo 64 choir. You're like, oh! We would be the Mondo Rangers? It makes itself. It makes itself. This is, yeah. Mondo Rangers, got the Mondo Zord. It's per, what else? Who's gonna be? You got the Yaya could be the big face. What was his face? What was his name? And she could be the one that gives the missions to the Mondos, to the Mondo Rangers. I mean, Mondo could be the person. You gotta sing the song. Zordon? Yes, Zordon. So we could have Mondon? Yes. This is so. So we have Mondon, and he's like, Mondo, what would be like a mission? What would be a Mondo type mission that you would send the Mondo Rangers out on? That's what I want to know. What would be the most Mondo mission? It would probably be just something super wholesome. I feel like it would just be something super wholesome. But yeah, there you go. Mondo, you can build a whole show, stream, like just have it be themed with Mondo Zords. You have a filter that makes you Zordon. We need the theme song first. What? I'd play it, but I'm gonna get DMCA. What is the? Yeah, what would be the lyrics? I mean, it would just be "Go Go Mondo Rangers," because I don't think it has lyrics. I don't think it has lyrics other than that, right? Does it have any other lyrics? It's just the chorus, right? I remember there was a fake version of the Power Ranger song that was themed to Metal Gear, and the person did a full lyrics for the entire song. It wasn't just the chorus, and I was like, whoa. But I think that's all the lyrics. So sometimes I get confused because I really used to like that when I was younger. So I think I might have honestly listened to that more than I've listened to the original. So I don't know if there's a lyrics version or not. But yeah, the Mondo Rangers. And who's gonna be the robot? What's the name of the robot? I forget all the names at this point. You gotta have the sidekick robot that stays in the base. You gotta have, we have Mondin. What would the design of the the mask is just one of those cheap, it's one of the cheap party masks that's just a face of someone and it's Mondo's face. The Mondo Ranger just put a little Mondo mask. Wouldn't it be the rat? There's a rat in Power Rangers? I gotta look this up. Y'all here talking about rats in Power Rangers? Power Ranger rat. There was a rat? There was a rat. When? What is this? Okay, let me turn off the... What am I looking at? There's Toxic Rat, which was one of the bad guys, right? This? What is this from? What version of... Oh, he became a... Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder. I have not seen either of those. I have not seen either of these. Oh, it was a hamster. I have my generation of, well, I got the original, and there's these guys too. Whatever these guys are. Oh, my guess would be that these are the mobs for this guy. So this guy made these guys. Okay, we can figure it out. The rat monsters were transformed rats who served the final antagonist of the 3-part episode Return of the Green Return of the Green Ranger? Uncle Ben? Oh. 3 rats are in Uncle Ben's barn. I was like, the 3 rats were Uncle Ben? Poor Spider-Man. Okay. Powers to be added, abilities to Yeah, this is we know a lot about these rats. Master Splinter. But no, my generation of Power Rangers were the original ones up to Time Force. Was it Time Force? Power Rangers Time Force. Yeah, Time Force was the last one. Uncle Ben! What happened? Wait. Maybe I can do something about this. Okay, no, I can't. I'll try. Okay, let's see if this works. So I'm gonna be Uncle Ben. And then no, it broke. Okay, I can't press anything. And Uncle Ben, what happened? Peter, it were the rats, Peter. It were the rats. They were doing kung fu. Peter. I swear revenge on the rats. And then Spider-Man 3, instead of being about him going after Sandman and being angry and becoming emo, it would be about him going into the sewers and finding every rat and putting them in bars. I love that Power Rangers rat actually brought up the hamster. Yeah. Google knows what's up. Also, this looks insane to me. When was this generation? I feel like this was shortly after I stopped watching, because this, like, it still looks kind of familiar. 2023, yeah. The time one was 2023. No, 2003. The Time Force one was 2001 when it it debuted. So it was 2 years later. Disney? Disney? Since when does Disney make... What? In 2001, Disney acquired the rights to Power Rangers? As a part of the package deal with the rest of Saban, and including Digimon? So why do the Power Rangers movies suck? You'd think that they'd put the whole budget of Disney behind Power Rangers. And then sold them back. Oh, it was sold back. Oh. Now I think it's owned by Mattel or something. That's crazy. Because I would think that they would have gone all out with this. If Disney owned it, they would have, especially in the 2000s, where they were trying so many things. They were just going crazy, trying whatever. That is crazy. I didn't know that. I remember it being on Disney. I remember watching it, I think it was on Fox Kids. I don't remember. The Power Rangers movie from the 2010s was done while it was owned by Saban, I think. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, that one didn't turn out too well. I really wanted it to, but you know. But this was surprising. I didn't. Oh, whoops! I didn't know that. Or maybe I did, but I forgot. Feels like one of those things that you learn somewhere, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Unfortunately, it is late over here, so I'll be off. Good night, everyone. Go, go, Mondo Rangers. All right, we're gonna head back to some more Zelda. But thank you, everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the bits. It is very, very much appreciated. Let me bring us back to this girl who has been waiting for us to answer her for a really long time at this point. But yeah, Tata, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a good night. I hope you rest well. You might be gone already, but rest well. Have a great weekend. And thank you once again for the follow and for sticking around. Saria waiting in the Chamber of Sages, like, it's okay, Link. Oh wait, that's not the voice. It's okay, Link. Take your time looking at Power Rangers. Link is on his phone. It's like, Saria, you don't understand. They were owned by Disney. And there's a rat character, and it killed Uncle Ben and Spider-Man. Link, I know you're a time traveler, but that doesn't make any sense. And you have to understand. Link is just crazy. And she's a saint for waiting. And she's like, thank you. Because of you, I could awaken as a sage. I am Saria, sage of the Forest Temple. It's like, okay. Link, I have a speech I need to give. You don't understand. Like, it's part of the contract of being a sage. We need to read this. Sorry, understand. He's been asleep so long. He's missed the Disney era Power Rangers. He did. He slept through all of that. Like, he didn't see the hamster. He didn't see the rats. He didn't see Uncle Ben die. He missed the whole arc. It was a big deal. I feel like all of us spent a lot of time crying over Uncle Ben. I always believe you could come because I know you. No. You don't have to explain it to me. Oh. Because it is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world. Oh, that's sad. Well, gotta cross out one of our possible waifus. Also, I guess she's an eternal child. I will stay here as a forest sage and help you. Now please, take this medallion. he missed RPM. That's a huge bone. He missed, yeah. I'm Link. I'm so excited about saving the world. You receive the Forest Medallion. Sari awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. Are we getting physically stronger? Meaning,
You will always be, I will always be your
Friend zoned.
are we getting more powerful every time? Oh, it's blooming. The tree is blooming again. Link, no. It's a tree. No, medallions actually don't do anything. They're like, he's been asleep for 7 years. He still has the brain of a kid. We need to find a way to motivate him to save us. Technically, he could go and just take care of Ganon. He has the Master Sword. We need him to free us. So I don't want to spend eternity in who knows where. What do? We give him coins. He'll love to collect coins.
It's like, yes, coin collecting. What a novel idea. They're like pogs.
They're less medallions and more like ashtrays.
They're the ashtrays of time. Collect them all.
Hi there, I'm the Deku Tree Sprout. Because of you, Saria broke the curse and Temple Forest. I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot. Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognize you with your grown-up body, did they? That's 'cause the Kokiri never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still all kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might already have guessed, you're not a Kokiri. Didn't we get told this? You're actually a Hylian. I am happy to finally reveal this secret to you. What do you mean finally? You're just born.
Oh wow, that's a zoom. Oh, is it lore time? Like straight up lore time? I wasn't expecting a cutscene.
Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified the country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, the Hylian mother and her baby boy entered the Forbidden Forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian of the spirit. The Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised by as a Kokiri, and now finally the day of destiny has come.
Those go by fast. I've learned from the previous cutscenes.
You are a Hylian, and we're always bound to leave the forest.
This is like finding out you're adopted. No. I mean, yeah. Link always thought he was part tree. Link is not a tree. Who said it earlier that is Link a tree? I think it was Inari. Inari, no, I'm sorry. You are not the father.
And now, you have to learn your own destiny, so you know what you must do. Chop me down, boy. Chop me down. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule. Now sink, break the curses on the temples, and return peace to Hyrule. Look how clean his face is. Ooh.
I was surprised to learn that Saria is one of the sages, wasn't it, Lasik?
No. She's clearly an important character. I feel like every important character...
No. It was a surprise to learn that Saria was a sage. I wonder how Sheik knew. Anyway, off to the Temple of Time.
Why are we going to the Temple of Time? One of the few times Link's family is mentioned. True, he had a mother. That's surprising to me.
Hi there, I'm the Deku Tree Sprout. Because of you and Saria broke the curse on the Forest Temple. Because you and Saria broke the curse on the Forest Temple, I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Navi, we saw them coming from a mile away.
That's Link's conscience. Also my voice for... also my voice for, Sheik, apparently. Oh, are they all out again? Really? You immediately went back up there.
You can buy arrows at the shop only if you have a bow. Have you got one, mister?
Oh, I guess it makes sense that it was the fairy bow, because it's here. It's in the...
I'm sure Sync will return some.
I'm here. I am Sync. I can clean your clothes.
Navi... I wonder if it still gives me bonus coins, though. Oh, it doesn't. That sucks.
I still think you really look like I seen before, mister.
Oh, wow, Rock Dude. Rock Dude is still doing so.
Teach me some fancy. I'll ever do a type B all my life.
I don't know why I gave them this weird accent now.
Now that the Deku Tree sprout is growing in the Great Deku Tree's meadow, the forest has returned to normal.
So we're bringing balance to the world. We are the Avatar. Boom, ba-da.
Somehow a fair wind.
That's not...
Somehow, a fair wind began to blow recently. I'm sure Sync will return someday. Since the fair wind started to blow, I'm sure Sync will come back.
Oh, so am I kind of... Did people side with Saria instead of Mido? I'm glad. Oh, you're faux Mido.
Sync,
Oh.
I wonder if he will come back.
If he's not a tree kid, how does he have the same ears? That's what I'm saying. That's my crazy theory. I think that the Deku Tree, because in other games, the Kokiri never look like humans. Because the Deku Tree got a baby, he was like, I need to have the Kokiri look like kids so that Link can grow up among peers, or think he's growing up among peers, when in fact he was growing up among the Kokiri. So the Kokiri were made to dress like him, look like him. They're all blonde. They're all blue-eyed. Are they blue-eyed? I know that they're all blonde. They all look like Link. Blue eye. Well, we can't see it in the guys, so I guess it's just based on the girls. Blue eyes. They all have blue eyes and blonde hair. And we all know that the outfit that Link wears is not just a Kokiri thing. The outfit that Link wears is the hero of time, hero of whatever, the courage holder of, not the courage, it's the, no, not with, courage holder of the Triforce. I think Mido has, oh yeah, let's look for Mido. So, I feel like that was not only, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's too much coincidence for it to be a coincidence that they all share all the features with Link. It's too much. Is he by the door here? He's not by the door. I wonder where Mido is. I guess I should check his house. Which one is his house? House of the Twins? Oh, he's still in Lost Woods. That's right, that's right. Okay, we're gonna go check him. Because this is a lore stream. For anyone new that came in, I love just researching and finding things about the lore of a game. That's something I really enjoy. I make videos of it. Now I can finally say that because I just released my first lore video. I make videos about lore. I've always enjoyed just discussing lore. So this is the type of stuff that really interests me, trying to find out what the deal is with the game. Wasn't he here? No, one more. Oh, here he is. Let me look at your eyes. I think they are blue. Yep, they're blue. They're smaller, but they're still blue. Yeah, so they all have blue eyes. There's straight up a match, which, you know, would seem very odd, but I think it makes sense. Sari's the only one who doesn't have blonde hair or blue eyes, because she is different. she is probably just as the Deku Tree knew that Link was a special child, because I don't think the mom came. I was like, I'm dying. He's a special child. He sensed it. At least that's what the dialogue said. Probably the same thing with Saria. She was a special Kokiri. She does have blue eyes? I thought they were green. Bro, I love lore, especially when it's extremely different in the game. Like Splatoon. Splatoon has so much good lore. Nintendo kind of knocks it out of the park with lore. People don't usually give them credit. You know, the other franchise that has incredible lore. Wait, where am I going? Who was it going to talk to? Oh yeah, Temple of is Kirby. Kirby has insane lore. It's probably the darkest of all of Nintendo. People are like, oh, Metroid is the darkest. No, no, no. It's Kirby, hands down. Splatoon has lore. Erica, Splatoon has fantastic lore. Splatoon takes place in a post-apocalyptic version of Earth. And they find artifacts from the past and stuff. And it's crazy. Sorry for the dumb question, but what version of OOT is this? This is based on, this is a mix, it's modded. So it technically isn't either version because it changes some stuff to make it more like original Ocarina. But it's based on the 3DS version, but it's modded to be more like original Ocarina in some ways. And modded to look better. So it's a mishmash. It's a mishmash. But yeah, welcome in. Doom's Delicious. Welcome in, welcome in.
You destroyed the wicked creatures that haunted the temple and awakened the sage. But there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all of the other sages.
Mind blown? Oh no, it's super cool. I would highly... It's too bad that now... I love that I stopped in the middle of the line. It's too bad that Splatoon 1 now is very difficult to get to because it's only on the Wii U versus 2 and 3, which are on the Switch and easily accessible.
In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful with your ashtrays. You must travel over mountains, underwater, even through time.
Sheik, you're becoming like Navi. You told me this already.
If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time.
They really weren't very creative with this place, were they?
By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years.
So you had the power... Oh, it's because we needed to get older.
If you want to challenge the mighty foes you've defeated again, make for the bed in your childhood home. In the realm of dreams, you should be able to fit. That's a cool way to in lore make boss rush. I like that. The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I will teach this to you for when that time comes. The song, to return to the Temple of Time, the prelude of light.
Let's see. 12,000 years ago, during World War V, a nuclear bomb was set at the South Pole, melting Antarctica, destroying humanity. Splatoon goes hard. Wait, what? That's because my body is Doom's Delicious. Wait, why were you saying that? Mondo. I guess I shouldn't question Mondo. You know, no one questions Mondo. That's deep. It is deep. And that's dark. Yeah, Nintendo, it doesn't beat how dark Kirby's lore is. Kirby's lore is even darker. It also has Earth. No one knows about that. Well, some people know about that. I guess if you play Kirby and if you're big. Oh, this has a boss rush? Cool. Oh, did the original not? Oh, I've heard this one too. Beep boop boop beep. A-Y, A-Y, A-Y-X-A. Oh. That's new to the 3D. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool feature. Is he not gonna derp? Oh, look at them playing together. They're like friends. I'd want to have Sheik as my friend. Oh no, he derped a little. But now he's cool. He does it in a cool way. I'm like, yeah, look at this. You have learned the prelude of light. Who might that be? I'm going to bed. Have fun. Good night, pronto. Sleep well. Have a great weekend. Hope you have a pretty fun weekend. I don't know if it's going to be full of work for you or full of rest. I hope whatever it is. Now I just have a hamster on my side monitor. I hope whatever it is good. As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, you hold time itself in your hands. Sync. We shall meet again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Link is learning. He didn't get shocked by that. He was just like, I just don't want to. I can just close my eyes. You can leave. I'll just close my eyes. You don't need to pop the little thing. Link is very respectful. I don't think I need to go back in time. I can just keep going, right? I don't think... Can I... Because now I have the bow and the hook shot. I feel with the... Actually, can I go to the castle? I have the bow and the hook shot. I feel I am pretty good. Oh, is that... That actually does not seem like lava. It seems like the stuff from Breath of the Wild. That looks cool. That looks really cool. I love that the soundtrack to this is birds. Ganon's castle. I thought they'd have some really ominous music. Nope. But yeah, that does not look like lava. That is... Yeah. I don't think it is. Because lava, we've seen lava in the mountain. I think it might be. Because, you know, however... I've looked at the timeline of Zelda. Whatever the stuff is from Skyward Sword that permeates throughout time and it's like malice, it's evil. Well, I don't know what it's called. I think that it's the same substance. That would be my guess. Pepto-Bismol. It is evil. It would make sense. Was this a different path? Wait, what's that sound? Oh. But yeah, Pepto-Bismol is kind of evil. Wasn't there a fairy temple here? What's the deal with this? I feel like I'm supposed to know these emblems, and they are songs, but I don't know these emblems. It was definitely lava in OT6. Maybe they retconned it. They might have retconned it. Because Nintendo has retconned a lot. I wonder. Let's look it up. Ganon's Castle. Ocarina of Time 3D. Come on. Come on, enter. Do your thing. Oh, it looks more pinkish too. Here. I'll pull it up for you guys. This is a tiny screenshot, but yeah, it's definitely lava in the air. It's a rainbow bridge. I love that. I guess I'm kind of spoiling myself here a little bit. I'm seeing things, but I know that there's a rainbow bridge now. But yeah, it definitely looks pinker. Ocarina of Time. Goron. Probably should do the Dongo's Cavern. Yeah, it looks different. It looks different from lava. That's interesting. So I wonder if here I'll open it up a little bit bigger for you guys to see. I wonder if it was just a limitation and they wanted it to look different. I guess it looks different in... No, this is 3D. Can I have this? Because it does look different in the original as well, but it does look like lava in the original around Ganondorf's. But that is interesting. That is interesting. Okay, let's try playing some musics here. I don't know, I bet the color change is more of a retcon than it. Yeah, I think so. Because they do that a lot. After they made a timeline, they decided to retcon everything. Everything is retcon. Because if we're being honest, Zelda doesn't need to have a timeline. It was just supposed to be, oh, Link is on his adventure again, and that's fine. Some of the Zeldas connect. They don't all need to connect. But... Oh. But, you know. No, I don't want to talk to Saria. No, I don't want to talk to you. Zelda doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't need a timeline. And I love that kind of stuff. I love timelines. I love... Again, my whole thing right now is just doing lore stuff for games. And talking about lore stuff for games. And I don't think it needs it. No, it's why. They can all be separate and connected. Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But now that they are connecting them, it's cool. It's cool for the ones... You don't need a retcon. Leave the things as they are. No need to retcon. But yeah, I do think that as it is, this is probably the same stuff from that has now appeared in multiple Zeldas as being like the goop of evil. So I like when Nintendo is more hands-off with lore and just lets fans make up their own theories and such. Or if it's a singular creator and that's kind of like what they wanted to do, which again is the case with Kirby. Kirby has just, you know, because no one has really cared about the lore of Kirby, it's not something crazy that people are like, the lore of Kirby. They just, because it's pretty much been a small group of people, Sakurai kind of being at the head of that, just deciding to be like, hey, this is gonna be the story, and it's insane. If anything, the timeline is more of a suggestion, yeah. But yeah, even as a suggestion, I don't think it's necessary. It doesn't need to exist. But it's fine. Again, I'll play along with it because I enjoy that kind of stuff. That is not a problem for me. Alright, so we're gonna try going to the mountain.
That cloud over there.
Guess where we were going, Navi. Guess where we were going. But yeah, so I'll play along with it. I'll play along with the timeline, and especially with the newer ones. I'll definitely look into stuff, but I don't make a big deal out of it. It's fine. I'm not into the timeline, but honestly, it's just easier to roll with whatever. Yeah. Because I feel, too, if the creators weren't into it, and they just kind of felt forced to put things into a timeline, I feel it's worse because then it also prohibits them from making the game they want, because they're like, oh, we have to fit this into whatever this is. So I feel like if it's not the desire of the creators, then it's more of a hindrance than anything else, honestly. But if it's what they want, right? If it's what the people who are making the games want, then that's completely fine. Am I going into the... Huh. Oh, whoops. Are you going to try the Splatfest demo? I might, because that's something that people who, like, a group of us could also play together. That could be fun to just get a team going and play through Splatfest, the Splatfest demo. But that is something I am considering, because Splatoon is super cool. I've always wanted to play through them. I haven't, but Splatoon is definitely cool. It's definitely one that I would want to do the what's it called? That I would want to do the campaign for, because the campaigns are very interesting too. And I think that that's how you get all the lore things. Alright, got him.
How could you do this to me? You're Ganondorf's servant. Hear my name and tremble. I am Sink, hero.
Aww. Hey, buddy.
What? Your name is also Sink? Then you must be the legendary Dodongo Buster and hero Sink. My dad is Darunia. Do you remember him? Dad named me Sink after you because you're so brave. It's a cool name. I like it. Sink, you're a hero to us Gorons. I'm so glad to meet you. Please give me your autograph. Sign it to my friend Sink of the Gorons. Oh? I guess it's not a good time to ask you for this. Please help everyone. My dad Darunia went to the fire temple. A dragon is inside. If we don't hurry up, even my dad will be eaten by the dragon. You'd better try to calm him down if you can. Maybe he will calm down if you talk to him.
What do you want to ask? Oh, that wasn't him talking. What about the dragon?
A long time ago, there was an evil dragon named Volvagia, living in the mountains. That dragon was very scary and ate the Gorons. Using a huge hammer, the hero of the Gorons, boom, destroyed it just like that.
I didn't realize he was a kid. Now I don't want to give him a different voice.
This is a myth from long ago, but it's true. I know because my dad is a descendant of the hero.
You better try to calm him down. Okay.
Everybody was taken to the fire temple. While my dad was out, Ganondorf's followers came and took them all away. All of them will be eaten by Volvagia. Dad said that Ganondorf has revived Volvagia. As a warning to those who might oppose him, Ganondorf is going to feed them all to Volvagia. Dad went to the fire temple all by himself to try and save everyone. Please help, Sink. I'll give you this heat-resistant tunic.
I don't have to buy it. I came here to buy it. I legitimately was coming here because I was like, in the store they have it. And that's probably what I need to do it. You got a Goron tunic. This heat-resistant tunic is adult size, so it won't fit a kid going to a hot place. No worries. Which leads to my other theory. Also, those are paper thin. Which leads to my other theory that Rauru just dressed us up and refitted us with clothes for 7 years as we slept. Wait. Okay, it's not long enough. I tried to be the hero of time. It didn't work. But I think I'm probably gonna stop as we enter the fire temple, because it is getting pretty late. But I'll at least get the entrance out of the way. If there's any, just getting there, because I know we have to climb a mountain. But yeah, I've really been enjoying learning a little bit more of the story of Ocarina. It's very interesting. It's not anything mind-blowing per se, but it is super cool to see it. I think it still holds up, honestly. I could have just rolled. There we go. I also like the idea that... Oh! I like the idea that you have different items that work as adult and young. I think that that's a cool way of separating it and having different gameplay styles for different parts of the game. Because now here I can rely on hookshot, bow, while before for getting things off walls was mostly through the sling. Oh, the music is getting pretty. Oh, was it a variation? Please tell me there's just little fairies here. I just wanted to bottle some fairies. I don't want to see the big fairy. What? What was that? That's a big dude. That's a big dude. Hello?
My brother, open a new store in Medigoron's blade store. It's Medigoron's blade store. However, I am better at making blades. Hylian carpenters praise me for my skills. I am not lying.
Okay. 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 Oh, I should probably change. Is there any reason for me to ever go back to green? I don't think there's a reason. Also, I think speedrunners do it with the green tunic. Oh, I should probably save. I haven't saved in a while. Let's see what we have here. Exactly. I was thinking that. I was like, okay. Are you just telling me that? But I was like, oh, whatever. But that was exactly what I was thinking. Okay. Huh. Okay. Yeah, there's no advantage to changing back to the green. Yes! I like the red tunic. Red tunic is cool. Now, I know. People are gonna be like, what? You don't like the green tunic? Green tunic is fine. But red tunic rules. Okay. Oh yeah, I do have a hook shot now. And a bow. I don't know what I could do with a bow. But I do have a hook shot. Oh, okay. That is not what I expected. Yeah, I blew this up earlier. Okay. Some of the camera work in this game is scary. I don't know if I just missed it because the camera wasn't pointing at it. So if I... Okay, no, it didn't. Anything hook shotable? No, I wouldn't think rocks are. Yeah. Interesting. I feel like the wood might be. I don't know if I can reach it. No, that's too far. Okay. I feel like I would just die if I fell in the lava. Maybe I need to go back to the past. It won't fit a kid. But maybe as kid I need to open. Let's observe. Let's do some. Is this Twin Rock or Spectacle Rock? Is that climbable? Wait a minute. Is this climbable? That's pretty sneaky. I think that is the reference. That's awesome. That's cool. And that's the thing too. They would cross-reference the Zelda games, but in ways that didn't necessarily make any sense. So trying to put them in the timeline again kind of forbids that. Oh, I should probably look around from here. Okay. This might be a dumb question. Does lava hurt? Let's find out. Okay. This might be my first death. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. I mean, I can't go in there, but... Okay, so this is interesting. If I had a cuckoo, I could fly from here to over there. If I had a cuckoo. There wasn't one in there. Okay, so I don't think... Because the bomb clearly didn't work. It landed right next to it. Do I have anything? I should look at this thing we have. We have that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use one of the channels of help. In the 64 version, did you have to memorize the song? Yes.
Sank, this is sorry, call me.
I didn't want to become the Sank. At first, I didn't want to become the sage of the forest, but now I am glad, because I'm helping you to save Hyrule. Sink, yes I am. Do you want to talk? Sorry, you're gonna say. Okay, she's gonna say the same thing. Okay, so no. I guess I want to. I don't usually say this, but I guess I want to talk to Navi. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the fairy then. Nope. You could look up some. Okay, okay. That's fair. Well, you know, I didn't want to do this. Zelda's lullaby.
Welcome, Sink. I will soothe your wounds. When battle has made you weary, please come back to see me.
Okay, she didn't do much. This Strem, any guild? I don't know, Harley. I don't know. There's only one way to find out. Did I just get camered? I hope you're doing well. I'll be honest too. it is about to end. The stream is also about to end. So I'm not gonna hold you here. Link. Okay, bye. Yeah, I think I wasn't able to figure it out. Maybe there's more I can do here at the mountain. But that will have to be for next time. I'm just gonna save here. Because it did open stuff down there and I just never entered it. Which is probably not the smartest thing. I just decided to leave. That is probably what I had to do. I had to come in here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense now. All of this makes too much sense. Well, alright. That's gonna be where we stop. No, why didn't it work? Okay. That is going to be where we stop. This is a good song to have in the background. But thank you, everyone. We reached 200 followers. Very kind of all you guys. Thank you so much for the months or the moments of support. I appreciate everyone that, you know, has gotten me here today. And it's very kind. It's very kind of all of you. It really is. But yeah. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. In fact, before we go though, I always forget to prep someone for a raid. Let's see, who do we have? Mondo! Oh, guys, we gotta raid Mondo. We gotta raid Mondo. We just gotta raid him. Here we go. This is going to be our raid message. A different one. Use whatever emotes you want. That's usually the policy here. Use whatever emotes you want to use with that. But yeah. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a blast. Thank you for the stream. That makes no sense. Thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for streaming. But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, so that's gonna be our raid message. Why did it didn't go? Mondo. And he is playing Super Mario Sunshine. It's his first playthrough. Is he playing Super Mario? No, he's playing Super Mario 3D World. I thought he was playing Super Mario Sunshine. But yeah, so let's go raid him. Let's go. Oh, he's playing with Yaya? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, he's co-oping it with Yaya. That's fun. So that is gonna be super cool. But yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. Have a great night. Sleep well, rest well, or if it, depending on your time zone, if it's already day, have a great day. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for everything you do. I really appreciate it. Yeah. That's Meta Knight. That's what Meta Knight says.